All right, 6 o'clock at the MJ Morning Show. MJ and Fester here, and I see you looking at me. Dude, don't look at me.
Oh, man, thank you, MJ. That's
Wondering when that was going to stop.
That is exactly what I needed today.
That was a peekaboo. Remember that song?
What do you have a church recital or something to go to later?
All right, Fess is
what,
looking
are you
at me.
going to court?
Well, you're pretty close.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not going to court, but you're getting warmer.
Yeah.
On a cold morning, you're getting warmer.
Yeah, every time I see somebody a little too dressed up, I say, what are you going to... That's what my dad used to say.
Yeah.
What are you going to court?
So if you're watching MJTV, you'll notice that this is sort of a rare sight. I'm wearing a button-down dress shirt.
What'd you get, a part-time job selling knives, huh? What are you doing over here? That's great.
There you go.
Oh, man.
Hey, Andrew, do me a favor. Bring up Peekaboo by Devo. Will you please? You never heard that song, did you? It was not a major hit for
No.
Devo. It wasn't like da 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 whip it good da 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 da. It wasn't like Whip It.
I can't name a second Devo song.
Yeah, most people can't. But peekaboo, ha 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 ha.
Oh, you look.
Yeah, let me know when you have it. No, I have an event I've got to go
An
to.
event?
In fact, I've got to leave the show early.
Ooh, is it like a fundraiser event or a charitable event?
I've got to leave the show at 6:35.
Okay.
So that's in 25 minutes or so.
Well, let's make it count. Let's go.
26, 30 minutes. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. No. But I do need to shut things down. Listen, we kind of float at the end of the show.
Sure.
You know, we're generally always out by like 9:48. About 9:50 at the latest. But, you know, typically I like to shut the show down at 9:45-ish or so, you know. So this morning we might be on the safer end.
On the earlier side of 9:45,
On
maybe?
the earlier side, it might be a 9:43 or a 9:44 show close today because I've got to get over to the Hillsborough side. I've got to get downtown. I got just a little event I've got to go to this morning.
Is it called an arraignment?
It's not. I'm not getting arraigned.
All
right. I'm not going to court.
What do they call it when they question you? The lawyers have to talk to you before the trial. A deposition? You have a deposition
no,
to go to?
I do not have a deposition.
Because you look like it.
No, it's legally related, but it's nothing to do with me.
All right.
I was invited to the swearing-in ceremony for Susie Lopez, the Hillsborough County State Attorney. All right.
And you couldn't just bring the shirt on a hanger and get changed after the show and wear like a dirty clam shack shirt like you normally do?
I don't have time. I've got to get down there. No, because
you get dressed in 15 seconds.
No,
you get dressed like Superman walking down the stairs. Just take one off, put one on.
All right. So if you want to see me, I'm in a button-down dress shirt. This is an absolute rarity. And, of course, I'm on MJ, and I shaved also. If you notice, there's no scruff. I'm not clean-shaven. I didn't take the blade and the shaving cream. I can't tell you the last time I did that.
Look at you.
I just put my balding clipper on number 8. I've got these great Panasonic professional balding clippers, and I knocked that wheel down to number 8, which is the closest, and I've knocked my beard down. So this is about as clean-shaven as I get. And I've got a tweed blazer in the car as well. Since it's cold out, it's wintertime, I whipped out the tweed. More of a winter. Oh, and no shorts. So I'm wearing long pants and I'm wearing a dress shirt, which is a rarity. And again, MJTV is on every single morning as long as our crappy cameras work. So MJTV, it's live video of the show. We've got cameras in the studio, and it's the whole show, the entire show. If you listen to us on the radio, you want to go back at lunchtime or, when you get home from work or whatever, home from school, and you just want to check out MJTV, you can watch the replay. So you can watch us live from 6 to 10 a.m. or 6 to 9:45 or whatever, and you just go to mjmorningshow.com, go to our website, and on the upper nav bar, you'll see MJTV. Click on that, and when the show is live, you'll see a graphic that says, MJTV. Click on the graphic. That'll take you to the live show if you're 6 to 10 Eastern time. And then once we finish, then below that, you'll see the links to all the previous shows. So later this afternoon, you can watch this show and catch up on any stuff you missed. Or, of course, we're podcast as well. By 11 a.m., Andrew, our producer, has the entire show kind of cut down, with the commercials, most of the commercials out. I think the podcast folks, they put a couple They try to score a buck or two. But the whole show is podcast in audio form and, of course, video on the YouTube replay. So tons of stuff. See, bottom line is, if you want to see me in a rare button-down dress shirt, you can on MJTV. So I know what people probably thinking, oh, it's cold out. And today's not the coldest day we're going to experience. So on the way in, the thermometer on my vehicle leaving South Tampa, not far from the Howard Franklin Bridge, I glanced down, I noticed, I think I was just getting on the bridge. in South Tampa, and it's typically a little warmer right on the water than inland. And I had 47 degrees. So I had 47 this morning, which is not terrible.
No.
And by the way, the temp is going to go down. You're like, oh, well, the temp's going to start going up. No. The temp will actually start going down in the 7, 8, and maybe just up to about 9 o'clock, and then it'll start warming. So the temp will drop a few more degrees, wherever the hell you are. The temp will drop a little more. This is nothing. 47, 48 degrees. Pfft, big deal.
It's a brisk day.
If I didn't have this event to go to, I would be in my dirty clam hut T-shirt, as you're talking, and a pair of shorts, pair of khakis or gray shorts. So, this is not weather-related that I'm dressed up. I just happen to have an event to go to right after the morning show, and it happens to be cold out. But, tomorrow is going to be the coldest day. So today we could see, could dip down to, like I'm using Tampa. And, of course, you got St. Pete, Clearwater, you got, all the inland areas and other parts of the Tampa Bay area. But, it's going to drop a couple of more degrees. Tomorrow, they're saying that in Tampa, we could be down to 36, 37, 38 degrees.
That's in the morning.
Yeah, that's in the morning. So tomorrow morning is going to be, Wednesday morning is going to be the coldest of this little snap. And then Thursday it'll get a little bit warmer. And then Friday, it's still going to be cool on Friday. And then like Saturday, it starts to warm up a little bit with, I think, like 55 or something in the morning hours. So listen, it's the typical, winter time. We get these snaps in, January, February. There's some years, we dip down into like the upper 20s sometimes. And you got all the memes out there sticking blankets on their shrubs in their yard.
That's important, Oh, that citrus is really sensitive, and some of those.
No, I'm not talking about citrus. I'm talking about just like on their azaleas or whatever the
I
hell.
have a neighbor that does that. She has a whole set of sheets in her garage just for cold days.
Yeah, does that really do anything?
I don't know.
Why don't you put a heating blanket on them? Yeah, run some power out there. Put some heating pads on your.
That's a good idea.
No, it's not. It's unrealistic.
Tell her.
All right, 6:09. We're just getting rolling. It's a busy Tuesday here on the MJ Morning Show, and you shouldn't miss one damn thing. Shriner's got traffic, and we're back in minutes. MJ Morning Show, Q105, 104.7 FM.
Traffic still.
Fester, the search is on. If you didn't hear the news, Roxanne has left the show. She gets to be a mom now. I mean, she's got, like a 4 or 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. And, listen, getting up at 4:45 in the morning and, missing all kinds of kid stuff. So, listen, she gets to be a mommy. A nationwide search has begun. You know what? A worldwide search.
Yes. Let's not shorten the search.
A worldwide search has begun for a new MJ Morning Show co-host to join Fester and me here on the MJ Morning Show. So stay tuned. It's going to be a very exciting time. 2025 is going to be exciting with a brand new cast member who will join. We're going to search all over the planet and find the perfect new cast member, co-host here on the MJ Morning Show. So, yeah, it is kind of ironic. It is cold out, and the studio is like a freaking furnace. Yeah, Fester just propped the door open, and I thought that was locked. How'd you get the, the companies that, hold on.
It
Andrew.
was open when I came in. It was on the hinge, and I asked you, remember I asked you, did you do this?
You know the places that they don't trust the employees to touch the thermostats, or they don't want you to jack it up too high or too low, so they have those like plastic covers with a lock, like a lock box, over the thermostat. Yeah, they have those here in the studio, and I don't know why. I mean, the temperature in this studio has always sucked.
Yeah.
So it is 47 degrees outside. It's going to get colder before it gets warmer, before the sun comes up. And it is blazing hot in here. And I'm wearing long pants today and a button-down dress shirt, not because it's cold out. I would still be here in shorts and a T-shirt, but I have an event to go to right after the morning show, so I'm semi-dressed up today. And the studio is freaking hot as balls in here.
It's really warm.
I mean, what is this? Hey, that's always been a problem. When we moved to the new studio, hey, Andrew, the new studio was coming along, and it looks like nothing was done while we were on vacation. I mean, we're gone for like almost 3 weeks. Last show was December 13th. We came back on January 2nd, and it like nothing was done in the new studio. Do you have any idea what's going on?
I'm sorry, I was busy.
Andrew doesn't know. I mean, he was here, but the guys that work on the studio, they weren't here.
Man, listen, maybe they took a vacation as well. Maybe they were out skiing in Vail as well, possibly.
Peekaboo, I can see you.
All right, so that's Devo's Peekaboo from, I don't know, like 1980 or something. Maybe 1979, 1980.
Where's the laugh?
Well, hey, I'm going to get it. So the reason why, no, that was 82? Are you serious? 82?
According to the computer, yeah. That's
All
what Andrew
right,
says.
I thought it was 81. All right, so Devo, 1982. We start the show this morning, and Fester's going, do your laugh again.
I don't know if I can recreate the original.
Well, and you were laughing.
unrehearsed laugh.
You were laughing because I'm wearing long pants and a dress shirt today.
You look so funny. I mean, you really
So
do.
Festa did a laugh, and yeah, right, and he wouldn't stop. He was just continuing with this laugh, and I said, you know what? That sounds like a Devo's Peekaboo. Hold on, you didn't put the laugh in it? Why do you need a clip with it? The only reason why we pulled it is for the laugh. Oh, boy. All right. So, Andrew, the only reason why we...
Talk on the mic, Andrew.
That's what you sounded like, man.
Well, that's what you look like.
I know it's rare to see me in long pants and a shirt.
I tell you, it caught me a little off guard, and I assure you it was the exact laugh that I needed this morning because you look ridiculous.
Hey, did you put the iced tea back up, Andrew? Oh, there it is. I see it. So this occurred like in the last 3 minutes of the show yesterday, and there was an incident with iced tea from Law and Order, SVU. That's the one with Mariska Hargitay, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Law and Order SVU. And this happened last May, but for some reason the body cam footage just came out. And Ice-T, who is an awful actor, by the way, just absolutely terrible. He was pulled over for an expired tag, and then he came up with some story that he was heading to DMV. But then this is a guy that plays a cop. He plays an NYPD detective on SVU, on Law and Order, and he gets into like a verbal argument. I mean, he's getting kind of verbally abusive with the officer, which, a lot of times actors on police shows have a really good relationship with law enforcement. They do charitable events, and so yeah. Oh, that's true. He did. Yeah, he did do a song called "Cop Killer" back in the early '90s, didn't he?
Let's not forget, Ice-T was as hardcore of a. Was he a hardcore rapper, or he was just an aggressive rapper early in his career?
Yeah, and now he's a terrible actor. He doesn't get better.
No,
I mean, it's like he is reading the script right from the paper. Oh, boy, look at this dead body over here. Is this a clue? I mean,
somebody likes him. He's been doing it for like 25 years.
Yeah, I don't know how. I think he's a terrible, terrible actor. Anyway, this is the audio. This is the audio from the body cam footage. He's pulled over for expired tags. And again, we did this in the last 2 minutes of the show yesterday, and I had a number of people say, oh, man, that was like one of the best things on the show, and you ran it so late. So I figured I'd play it again for the early crowd.
What's up, officer? Officer, just let you know you're being recorded, okay? I'm headed to the DMV. That's where I'm going to get all my registration and everything. You know your registration expired since 2021. That's where I'm going. So you have your license expired as well. That's why I'm going to the DMV. You say you went to DMV yesterday? They said the system is down? Yesterday, yep. What time was your appointment yesterday? I didn't have an appointment. They just take me. You need to have an appointment to go to DMV. I don't need one. Why is that? Because they know me. Because they know you. Is your passport? You have a driver's license with you? Yep. I'm getting that. That's expired. So you have your license expired as well? That's why I'm going to the DMV.
So wait, he said he doesn't need an appointment to go to DMV because they know me.
I believe him. I mean, where does Ice-T go where a bunch of people work and somebody doesn't recognize him? That's Ice-T. Hey, Ice, what's up, Mr. T?
Yeah, and then things get nastier.
You could have drive the other vehicle who was registered and get this one registered. Can I handle this? Can I handle this? You gonna take me to jail? I'm not gonna take you to jail. Okay, can I park the car here and walk to the DMV? I'm gonna tow your vehicle. No, you're not. You're not gonna tow my vehicle. Oh. Let me park my car right here. You're not gonna move your car, sir. You give me your keys right now, and I'm gonna tow your vehicle. You try to be more respectful with me, I'm going to respect you the same way. Well, then let me, you see I'm going to... No, you're not going to tell me what to do. I'm going to tell you what to do. Whoa. So give me your keys right now. If you're going to go that route. Give me my paperwork here. No, don't touch me. Don't give me like that. Give me my paperwork. Get this on camera. This motherfucker is... I am a foot away from DMV. Keep your distance. You are a fucking asshole. I'm not an asshole. You've been an asshole to me. I'm an asshole. I'm trying to get to the DMV. I showed you all the paperwork. Let me start recording your dumb ass.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're an a-hole? Let me start recording your dumb ass. He called him a bleeping a-hole? I mean, wow.
The cop's being awfully aggressive with T as well. I mean, it's kind of going both ways. I mean, he couldn't have just said, yeah, pull your car over right here, walk to... If he is within eyesight of the DMV, how crazy is that?
Then the Sarge shows up.
That's right. Call your sergeant.
Yeah. The sergeant comes to the scene.
What's up, Sarge? Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you? I'm trying to get to DMV to register my cars. Okay. I got all the paperwork and everything there. I asked the officer, could I just go over here or even park my car so that I could walk over there and get all my paperwork together? He says he wants to tow my car. All right, give me a second. Let me find out what's going on here, and then we'll figure something out, okay? Okay. So, as a sergeant, we're not going to tow your vehicle, but you're receiving summonses. Here's your keys. Here's your paperwork, driver's license, everything you gave me. You're receiving a ticket for no front plates. Where's all the other paperwork?
Oh.
It's in there. Everything you gave me. It's in the vehicle.
No front plate.
Yeah, no inspection, driving expired registration, and driving with expired license. you're, like I said, you're gonna leave the car here and just go
Right
to
there.
DMV.
Yeah. I'm walking DMV and handle the business.
So, but you do know your registration is expired.
All right,
and your
so
license too, right?
That's what I'm going for.
the Sarge kind of de-escalated a little
I
bit.
didn't know if you just knew your registration was expired.
All right, so the sergeant de-escalated. So it looks like what? He ended up getting 2 tickets instead of 4 tickets, and I don't think the car got towed.
Yeah, and the whole thing started with the I'm going to tow your car.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you move the car. I'm going to tow it.
Yeah, but there must have been some stuff before the body cam.
Why wouldn't they have released it? It was public,
Yeah.
it's all public record.
Or it wasn't rolling just then, or whatever. But
I have a friend in the sheriff's office. He says his body cam goes off when his sirens go off.
yeah.
So
So,
he'll be in the car,
Right.
and
Well, and again, I don't know if we got all the lead up to what was going on. So no front plate. Like here in Florida, we don't have a front plate. In
Right.
Florida, we only have a rear plate. But a lot of states have a front license plate for the front bumper and a license plate, obviously, for the rear. And the issue is a lot of people with certain cars, they don't want to put the license plate bracket
it's tough crap.
on the front bumper. You know, listen, it junks up the front of the car. It really
You should
does.
have 2 plates on a car.
It junks it up. So you got a lot of folks that are driving certain cars in states with 2 plates, and they don't like to put the front plate on because sometimes you got to drill the bumper to put the bracket on. Front plates suck. I hate them.
We should have front plates.
All
states should have
so
front
you
plates.
want front plates in Florida all of a sudden?
I am pro.
I am not pro front.
I have always been pro front. Listen,
What?
you identify the car coming and going. You know how many crimes there have been that they didn't get the guy because they didn't get the license plate off the front?
I am not pro front plate. I think front plates really clutter up and muck up the front of a car.
And you support criminals.
And I don't support.
do.
That's a ridiculous leap.
Identify the car from
That's
the
a
front
dumb.
and the back.
That's a dumb leap.
No way.
Yeah. Anyway, so Ice-T, Law and Order, and obviously he was not exercising law and order when dealing with that police officer.
Help me! I'm bleeding.
Shut up. She should have killed you. You're under arrest.
Yeah, that's some good acting.
That's awful.
Ice-T can teach this guy how to be a cop.
Help me! I'm bleeding.
Shut up. She should have killed you. You're under arrest.
You can't even get 3 seconds of dialogue that sounds natural.
Okay, I have to say, MJ, I am proud of Ice-T for not saying, I've been acting like a cop for the last 20 years. I know your job. He didn't drop any Law and Order. He didn't drop any of the. He didn't even drop a "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah, he didn't. That's true. He did not drop a "Do you know who I am?" All right, 6:35 at the MJ Morning Show. We have early morons in the news that rolls next here on the MJ Morning Show. Great pile of just total early idiots here on the MJ Morning Show. Rolls momentarily. Let me tell you. Let's do it. Got the nice plump pile of morons of the news here on the MJ Morning Show. One of my favorite parts of the day. Never a shortage of total jackwagons like this guy. I don't know how they allowed him back on a flight. A guy who attacked a TSA officer at Miami International Airport caused a plane to be diverted the day prior.
What?
Yeah, you heard me right. You heard me right.
You'd figure he'd be on some list.
Yeah.
I mean, even only a day later.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Listen to this. This is from NBC Miami. A man arrested over the weekend for an unprovoked attack on Transportation Security Administration officers at Miami International Airport had caused a flight to be diverted a day earlier, according to officials. Cameron Dylan McDougal, 28 years old, was arrested back on Saturday at Miami International Airport on 3 counts of battery on law enforcement officers, 1 count of battery on a person 65 or older. In a statement Wednesday, a TSA spokesperson said a supervisor, so this was not last weekend, it was the weekend before. A TSA spokesperson said a supervisory officer and another officer were assaulted by a passenger in an unprovoked attack at one of the security checkpoints at Miami International Airport.
This guy's not right.
Yeah. Miami-Dade police responded to the checkpoint, arrested the passenger. The spokesperson for the TSA said the same passenger had been involved in a separate incident a day earlier, during which he caused an in-flight disturbance that caused a flight to be diverted to Miami.
Where's the details on that?
During his appearance in bond court, it was learned McDougal is from Canada and was traveling home from Peru. He's pleaded not guilty to the charges. So, what, he was flying from Peru to Canada and the flight had to make an emergency landing in Miami instead of going to Canada? And then, what did he
fly nonstop Lima to Toronto?
Maybe so.
Yeah.
And then, wait a minute. So then after the flight was diverted, he wasn't flagged and he was able to get back on a flight to get back to Canada? And then he started attacking the TSA agents? This guy's a freaking airport menace.
I mean, Air Canada is very, very forgiving. I mean,
not with carry-on baggage and stuff. Air Canada's getting nasty with
no,
that
I'm
stuff.
not talking about baggage. I'm talking about people who cause in-flight disturbances.
I'm just adding
if you carry on a bag, they're a pain in the ass. But if you cause a flight to divert, they're like, no problem.
Yeah, you're on the next flight out.
We'll have you out and about in no time.
You cause a disturbance, you cause a landing, an unscheduled landing.
Yeah.
We let you right back on the next day.
No problem.
Bunch of idiots.
We'll upgrade you.
We'll give you business class for you. Listen to this statement from the TSA. This unprovoked and brash physical attack against our employees who work tirelessly to ensure the safety of the traveling public and the security of our aviation system is unacceptable and will not be tolerated, according to the TSA spokesman's statement. TSA is working with law enforcement, will pursue independent enforcement actions against this individual.
What are they going to do?
He might be spending some time at a U.S. jail. He might not be back in Canada anytime soon. I don't know. What a maniac. Hey, speaking of TSA, did you see that TSA movie on Netflix that's all the rage, Carry On?
I only saw the trailer that Netflix pops up whether you like it or not. What's it called?
I just said it. It's called Carry On.
That's right. It's called Carry On. That's right. Yeah. I saw the TSA agent with the earpiece. He's like, here's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
This person. And I was like, all right, I don't know.
I like Bateman. I like Jason Bateman. But there were so many problems with this. I mean, there's so many unrealistic situations and issues. And was it somewhat entertaining? Sure. But there's no airtight chamber in the belly of an airplane where you can put the Novichok, the Soviet nerve agent. I mean, or the Russian nerve agent. Come on.
Is it worth a watch? Just to watch a silly movie?
Yeah, it's probably worth a watch, but it's so unrealistic. There are so many things. There are technical errors.
mean, that's what a movie is, though.
Yeah, it's just,
Movies are supposed to have technical errors.
no, I don't think they strive to make a movie that has technical errors.
Have you ever seen like the Gone in 60 Seconds movies? All of the cars don't fly and do triple leaps. No, I mean all of them do physical impossibilities. This
Like the Bluesmobile?
yes, Small has
Anyway.
everything.
Total dumb. Hey, here's another dumbass. This is a New Year's Eve related story. Just getting around to this. So a driver was pulled over New Year's Eve, swerving all over the road, apparently. Just, yeah. This is in Southern California. And he was caught on police body cam telling the officer, yeah, I'm the DUI tonight. The officer said, do you mean the designated driver? Oh, my God. The designated driver was lit. So the guy means to say, I'm the designated driver, and tells the officer, I'm the DUI tonight. Yes, you were the DUI tonight. Yeah, this was recorded on New Year's Eve during the traffic stop in Riverside County outside of L.A. The guy said, I was just dropping off my friend because I'm the DUI tonight. Officer says, you're the DUI tonight? And the guy says, yes, sir. And then the cop is heard saying, do you mean the DD? The designated driver? Yeah, the guy admits to drinking beer, champagne, before the video shuts off, and he apparently does a field sobriety test. Yeah. Then he was seen struggling to maintain balance. He fell over multiple times.
Yeah, it sounds like an innocent mistake on his part.
I was arrested for DUI. Here's Channel 7 KABC in Los Angeles. Go ahead, roll it.
Back it up a little bit. Here's the reporter.
Hey, to a police officer.
I was just dropping off my friend because I'm the DUI tonight.
You're the DUI tonight?
Yes, sir.
Do you mean to say the DD? Well, it happened.
Oh, what a bozo.
Oh,
Yes, you are the DUI tonight.
you sure are.
And you're under arrest for that DUI, you dumbass. Unbelievable. Oh, did you see the sicko that was recording minors in the bathroom at Busch Gardens here?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah, this kind of got, caught up in the holiday shuffle. Yeah, a guy was arrested. Cops say that he was recording minors while using the bathroom at Busch Gardens.
How do you not throw that guy right into the tiger cage?
Yeah. This happened on January 1st. Yeah. Hey, hell of a way to start off the new year. Hey, what's your New Year's resolution? Oh, I'm going to record minors in the bathroom at Busch Gardens. You sicko perv.
This is it's terrible. It's terrible for everybody. Terrible for Busch Gardens.
Yeah, on Jan 1, 2 minors reportedly entered a bathroom at Busch Gardens, and one of them saw George Graham, 42, recording the other over the top of the stall. That's like totally intentional, totally sick. One of the kids told an adult. The adult then alerted an off-duty Tampa police officer who was working security at the park. Guy was apprehended, arrested, and charged with 1 count of felony digital voyeurism. What a dope. Unbelievable.
You throw this guy right into the wild animal cage and let some instant justice happen to this
All
guy.
right, 6:53 at the MJ Morning Show. 7 o'clock hour starts in mere moments. When we get back, got a couple of emails I want to address. There's I wonder if it's too early. I got an email from a parent regarding a bathroom issue at a local high school. High school everyone's heard of, or at least I have. That's what counts.
Everyone's heard of this high school. Yes.
So, no, I got a high school issue we got to deal with. Oh, the Epiphany yesterday.
Oh, I missed it.
Well, yeah, the Epiphany, the Greek Orthodox Church. And, you find the cross, you dive for the cross, and what is it, like 12 feet of water in the bayou? And
It's a year of good luck.
a year of good luck and blessings. But, there have been some issues. Do you remember? It's not always good luck.
I remember, many years ago.
All right, hold on to that thought. I don't want to get too late
there
here.
were a couple issues.
All right, hold on. Back in minutes. We're loaded next. 7 o'clock hour is minutes away here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Let me The soothing sounds of Boccherini, a fine Italian composer. Hey, he's a Goomba! He's one of your Goombas there, Fester.
I hang out with a Boccherini type. You caught me.
Hey, man, a lot of good feedback on my Italian cooking. Did you actually watch my bolognese in 60 seconds, the video that I shot over Christmas time with Julian? Julian did a great job editing it, putting together. Yeah, folks have heard me for years talk about this tradition we have, and it's making Christmas Day bolognese, or in Italian, bolognese. And it was, again, spectacular this year, and so many people have said, hey, can you shoot a video? So we shot a video, and we compressed it, and everything goes quickly, and you can get the recipe from the video. So bolognese in 60 seconds. And the video's great. And, man, it was just delicious. Take a look at the finished product. You tell me that you don't want to shove that in your face holes.
No, it looked good.
Oh, man, it's fantastic. It really is. And, you know, in the past, I've used rigatoni.
Oh,
I've used the great bronze die-cut Italian imported, rigatoni, like a Arumo is a great product, or Rusticella d'Abruzzo is a great product. But you want to use a bronze die-cut pasta. Anyway,
absolutely.
The video, it's on my Instagram. And you'll see me, I'm wearing an apron, and I'm holding the bowl of pasta. So the video's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. It's a 60-second video. It's bolognese. This takes hours to prepare. I cook it for, I say cook it down for about an hour, but probably ended up cooking it down for like 2 to 3 hours. But the video is on my Instagram. Take a look. Leave a comment. And if you don't follow me, give me a follow. Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. and check out the Bolognese.
Yeah, if you want to see what MJ looks like, acting like an Olive Garden's employee wearing the apron. So funny. So funny.
Why do you have to be degrading and demeaning?
Or honest.
Videos on my Instagram, certified MJ Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, the Epiphany in Tarpon Springs yesterday.
Yeah.
And listen, it's a fun tradition. It's is it a rite of passage to a certain extent?
Yeah, it was,
Maybe in the Greek Orthodox Church.
16, 17-year-old
Yeah,
young
yeah.
Greek men,
Yeah.
young Greek boys.
Yeah, the religious dude. He tosses is he called a father or is he a priest or what is it in the Greek order? So he tosses the wooden white cross into the water in Spring Bayou in Tarpon Springs. This is a tradition that's this goes back like 100 and something years or so.
This was the 119th Epiphany.
There you go.
And I think it's the Archbishop.
The thing. I'm sorry. Did I say religious dude?
Well, I think you might have.
By the way, we saw Conclave over the holidays as well. That was pretty good.
Okay.
Now, this Catholic Church, not the Greek Orthodox Church. But this is nice. 119th Epiphany celebration was in Tarpon yesterday morning. And we've got a winner. Yes, we do. Oh, by the way, I want to point out that it's not always fun and games with the Epiphany winners. You know, a lot of people forget this stuff. Should I bring this up or should I not taint the process?
I mean, you're a taint.
Listen,
sir.
most of the kids that win the Epiphany contest,
They have a very high success rate of fine young men winning
yes,
the Epiphany.
Yeah, but there are a few that went bad.
A couple of black sheep.
You got a couple of kids went bad.
They left the flock a little bit.
You know, you're supposed to have a year of good luck and blessings.
Yes.
Well, there have been some bad ones over the years, and you think I should bring that back? Anyway, all right. First, the good news.
Want to piss off all the Greek listeners? I don't know.
First, well, you did that years ago.
I did.
Oh my
God. The letter I got from
my God.
I had no idea there was a Greek Anti-Defamation League until I got the letter.
Oh my God. Fester pissed off.
I don't even want to bring it up now.
Oh God, dude.
They wrote me a letter from like the Washington headquarters.
Dude, you caused such a freaking problem. What was this, like 1999?
It was in the 90s.
1999 or 1998 or 2000, somewhere. Oh my God, Fester just.
It was a joke.
He made a joke and like lit the radio station on fire with the Greek Orthodox Church. All right, first of all, congratulations to Luke. Luke Boylott. It's Boillot.
Boylott?
Yeah, so Luke is 17 years old. He's not even local. He's from Plantation.
I think they pull from like the state, or maybe the region.
Well, apparently so, because he's from Plantation.
Yeah, he's from South Florida.
Okay, he's from Broward County. Yeah, so he's not from around here. But the Epiphany took place yesterday morning, Spring Bayou. You had close to 70 teens that jumped into the water. After it's the Archbishop, is that it? Throws the cross, and then they got to dive and find it. And the story is the kid that finds the cross and emerges triumphantly, pops up, springs up through the water,
holding the cross
above his head in great exuberance that individual gets a year of good luck and blessings. And in this case, it's some 17-year-old kid named Luke from Plantation. I'm surprised the name Plantation hasn't been canceled. And I'm surprised they haven't had to rename the city in South Florida from Plantation.
It's coming.
Just an observation.
Oh, don't you worry. It's coming.
Just an observation. Anyway, congratulations, Luke. Oh, it turns out that his family's got quite a history.
He seems like a fine young man. Absolutely.
Yeah, it turns out that he has two uncles that got the cross some years ago, and that Luke's grandfather used to be the priest at St. Nicholas Cathedral. So that's good news. Anyway, most of the winners go on, I'm sure, to lead very nice, successful lives and good, productive members of society. But there was a time, seriously, I remember that earlier on in the MJ Morning Show, there was a spate of kids that won the cross or dived and got the cross in the Epiphany locally, and they went to hell in a handbasket.
You know, what happened was, I don't know if they were all winners, but I know a lot of the divers have gotten in trouble. I mean, I found a story from the 90s where
I printed them out.
A couple of them were involved in all kinds of crazy things.
Hold on. This is from back then it was the St. Pete Times. St. Pete Times, April 10th, 1999. The recent arrests of 2 Tarpon Springs cross retrievers who are supposed to be assured blessings.
So these weren't the winner; they were just participants.
Yeah. No.
I think they're all retrievers until they're a winner.
In the rite of passage to manhood, dozens of 16 to 18-year-old boys dive into Spring Bayou each year on January 6th in the hope of coming up with the White Cross. Each year, the name of the retrievers are recorded in the history books of the community. The arrests of Michael Sarukas, 23, who nabbed the cross in 1993, and Theophilos Mamouzelos, 19, who grabbed it in 1998, are disappointing not only to the young men's families, but also the entire community.
I don't know that we need to bring up 30-year-old crimes.
I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah, 30 years ago. The guy's 50 years old now.
All right, I'm sorry. So
okay.
Anyway,
he beat somebody up 30 years ago.
I don't know what Michael and Theo are doing now. No, but those were 2.
They're probably doing hard time.
Those weren't participants. Those were
winners.
Those were winners, and they were busted.
I think more recently, in the early 20-teens.
Those 2 men and a third man who was not a cross retriever, they were accused of attacking 2 Tampa men after they became irritated because they were driving too slowly. It's not the worst of
you
crimes.
Drive too slow.
Maybe that is worthy of a beatdown.
I mean, I mean, road rage is a real thing.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. Of course, it's not. No, but with the Epiphany yesterday, I'm like, listen, most of the kids, it's a great festive celebration, and most of the cross retrievers, I'm sure, go on to lead productive, beautiful lives. But no, there have been a couple that you're supposed to have blessings and good luck, and some went sour.
I mean, a lot of the first guy, his year expired, so I'm sure the first year was great.
Here's another one. A Tarpon Springs High School student who was the winner of the 2012 cross diving during the Epiphany celebration was arrested on suspicion of sexually battering an intoxicated 15-year-old at a house party. This is from 2012. All right. Anyway, the bulk of the Epiphany dives go off without a hitch, and the kids, I'm sure, are great, productive members of society. But listen, they're just I just remembered that there were a couple that have kind of, veered off. So
for the most part,
the point is,
what's the point?
The reason why I bring it up is not always does it bring you good luck and blessings.
It's not blessings forever. You're blessed. So good luck for a year.
So it's a 1-year expiration date on the blessing.
I mean, I wouldn't go out the next January 6th. I mean, your year of good luck is up, young man. But the guy who won yesterday, Luke, seems like a fine young man. What do they say? He's in a band. He owns his own business. He's also a lifeguard.
Wait a minute. Well, hold on. He's 17 years old and he owns his own business?
That's what it says in the article about him.
Well, I guess I own my own business at 16.
Yeah.
I was 16 years old and had my own business.
Teenager, 17 years old. He's in a band. He owns his own business. He's a lifeguard, and now he's the Epiphany winner.
I was rolling around shooting TV commercials with my Ikegami ITC 730. I was doing video production in high school in the Hampton Roads area of southeastern Virginia.
Yeah, me and a couple of buddies had a high school business too, but we weren't,
I was also a stringer. I was recording. I had a Bearcat scanner in my car and at home, and I would go out and record TV news events like house fires and car wrecks, and I would sell the footage on the weekends to the local TV stations in the Norfolk, Virginia Beach area, to Wavy TV 10 and Channel 13, WVEC and WTAR, and now WTKR.
Yeah, you had a real business. When I was in high school, we sold drugs.
Dude, you were shooting out windows of Winn-Dixies in Pinellas County with BB guns.
It was a cash and carry, but yeah, we were.
I'm sorry, cash and carry.
Me, Mike, and Frank were hellions back in our day.
I don't know what's going on lately at airports, but we just had the story in Morons in the News a few moments ago. So, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes. We had the story about this nut job Canadian that was flying from South America back to Canada, and the flight had to make a diversion to Miami because he caused a disturbance on the airplane. And then for some unknown freaking reason, they allow him to get back on a plane, and he goes through TSA the next day after he caused the diversion and then attacks our TSA agents.
What airline was all this? How come this isn't in the article? It seems like it's important information.
Yeah, it's probably Air Canada, Air Canuck. Anyway, so another insane airport story with audio. I didn't get to this yesterday. This was on my list for yesterday. But this woman starts screaming at the Nashville airport, and the woman was so freaking drunk, she had no idea what city she was in. You know, that's the threshold of if you're really drunk. If you're so drunk, if you're so intoxicated that you don't know what city you're in, I think that's the prize winner right there.
Yeah, that might be it.
I'm saying, listen to this. This is Nashville Airport, and the woman is just letting out these shrill, ear-piercing screams. This woman is described as a self-styled spiritual guru by the name of Lauren Matten. And the cops at the Nashville airport took her into custody because she was screaming like a freaking banshee. So this happened some time ago. This happened like almost a year ago. This happened back in March of last year. But the reason why it's a story in the last couple of days, the body cam footage was just released. Why does it take so long for the body cam footage to come out? But this is unbelievable. So airport cops in Nashville were initially called to reports that this woman, Matten, a spiritual guru, 24 years old, had failed to pay her bill at a restaurant in the terminal called 400 Degrees. So she tries to skip out on an airport bill.
All right, you can't dine and dash, even if it's at an airport.
So the body cam footage just came out. So the police approach her after she tried to dine and dash on her tab at this airport restaurant at the Nashville airport. And it goes a little something like this.
Can my ID back?
My partner has to run it.
What the is happening?
Ma'am, just relax.
What's going on?
Where's your ticket at, ma'am?
It's my ID. Please give it back.
Here, put your hand back.
What am I doing wrong? No, what's happening?
You're under arrest.
For what?
Public intoxication.
Public intoxication. Dude, we're at the airport.
Yeah, public intoxication in the airport.
Dude, what's going on? Stop. What to do? For public intoxication, that's not even a thing.
Yes, it is.
Everyone needs to check their phones right now. Please help. This is not happening.
Oh, yes, it is happening. And did you hear her say that public intoxication, it's not a thing? Yes, it is a thing.
It is a thing.
Yeah, all right, hang on. Here it goes.
I'm not intoxicated right now.
Let's go. You're coming with it.
You need to breathalyze me.
Let's go. Did she pay at 400 degrees? That's what I'm trying to find out right now.
You need to breathalyze me.
Ma'am?
Sir, you need to breathalyze me.
We'll go ahead and put her in
Please
the car
help
and
me.
then
Thank
we'll,
you.
Thank
Thank you. What's going on? I don't know what's going on. Everything needs to happen for a reason.
Okay.
Public intoxication is not even a thing in Indiana.
We're in Tennessee. Not in Indiana. We're in Tennessee.
Okay, Tennessee.
And I'm sure public intoxication is a thing in Indiana.
But not in Tennessee.
But she's in Tennessee. What does she think she's in Indiana? All right, here it is. All right, so this is where she starts wailing and screaming as the airport police in Nashville try to take her into custody. Why
I'm
not?
sorry, this is too much.
It's great.
Okay. All right. I get it. This is terrible.
She's like the screaming goat.
I wish she sounded as good as the screaming goat.
She's the screaming goat.
What is happening, Mr. Tony Partisan? Joe President, please help me, sir. Mr. Joe President.
Joe President.
Mr. Joe President. What's happening?
Now she's yelling about Joe President? Does she mean President Biden?
Yeah, she wants Uncle Joe to help her out.
Oh, man.
Got a few days left. You can pardon her.
See, that's a perfect reason why you don't go to the airport early and sit at the bar and start drinking. My God, what a mess. 7:20 at the MJ Morning Show. Holy crap. A self-described spiritual guru by the name of Lauren Matten. That was her at the Nashville airport. Little too much to drink, and then she skipped out on her bill at some restaurant called 400 Degrees. All right, 7:20. Guess what we start next? We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. So minutes from right now, 1 hour, 20 minutes of nonstop MJ morning show, and we are loaded as usual. There's a whole list of phrases you got to stop using. There are sayings, phrases, words that are totally canceled. Beginning January 1st, you can't use these anymore. And if they're in your vocabulary, you got to 86 them. You got to get rid of them. Got the list and a whole lot more coming up on the MJ Morning Show. 1 hour, 20 minutes nonstop next. Hey, let me tell you. Professor, did you say you wanted to hear that spiritual guru screaming again in the Nashville airport?
No, I did not. No.
Oh, I thought you said that.
I did not say that.
Oh, I thought you said that you were dying to hear this spiritual guru screaming again in the. So I misheard you, or
you completely?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Isn't body cam footage the best?
It really is.
What did you do wrong? You're drunk in the Nashville airport, and you skipped out on your check at the restaurant in Terminal B or whatever the heck it is.
Yeah, that's not a good look. How do you defend against that? I mean, just
don't know.
Play that in court.
That stuff lives on forever. She's 24 years old. Guess what? When she's 44, guess what's going to keep popping up?
Till the end of time.
Oh, movie recommendation. I know that it got hosed. I know that it got snubbed and screwed at the Golden Globes. And I got to be, I don't care about the Golden Globes. Did we even mention we mentioned the Golden Globes yesterday.
Other than the fact that it was on.
No,
what did we even talk about?
We mentioned the host.
The comic, Nikki Glazer.
Nikki Glazer. And
who I think is a really funny comic.
Yeah, she's funny. So she did a decent job. But, I mean, I didn't watch it. I saw like the first couple of moments because it came on right after football on CBS. And a movie that I happened to see over the weekend got snubbed. Man, I saw a great movie. So it was up for numerous awards, but it didn't win jack. Have you heard about the movie Anora?
No, I have not.
The movie Anora, A-N-O-R-A. It is phenomenal. Holy crap. You know, you're trying to figure out what's going on here because, like, the first, 20 minutes or so, or 30, it's like you're in a strip club environment, and it's some, gentleman's club, like, in Brooklyn, New York, and you're just kind of like a fly on the wall, and you're watching all this stuff going on inside a strip club, but it was brilliantly setting the tone and the pace for what this woman did and then it sets the story up for the situation with the son of the Russian oligarch. And I'm telling you right now, we bought it. Did we buy it or we rented it? We paid $19.99.
Yeah, you could rent it on Prime
Yes.
from $9.99. It says
No,
online.
no. What?
I'm just looking on.
Son of a... Really?
They just had a price drop yesterday, I guess. I don't know.
They just dropped them. They must have dropped it. Oh, my God. We paid on Saturday night. We paid $19.99.
Did you buy it?
What?
Did you buy it? Or did you rent it?
I don't know.
Because maybe if you rent it, it's $9.99, but if you buy it, it's $19.99. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't typically buy streaming. I rent it. But listen, I watched it, Julian watched it, and Michelle watched it. So it would have been more expensive if we would have gone to the theater, right?
I guess. Yeah, sure, right?
All right. So anyway, it was really good. And Andrew just said something in my ear, and I already knew this. But the film was written and directed by an NYU Tisch graduate.
Whoa.
Yeah, what's his name? Brian, what's his name?
Sean Baker.
Sean Baker. Yeah, Sean. I'm telling you right now, if you want to see a movie, it's long. It's like 2 hours and 20-something minutes. And you don't even feel like, I mean, you're just riveted to this thing the entire time. It's just like a fresh story. I mean, it's kind of like a black comedy. I'm not talking about a Medea film.
Oh,
it's
like a dark comedy.
Yeah. So it's that was a little joke there. It was a really, what a good movie. What a phenomenal movie. Hopefully it'll win a SAG-AFTRA. Hopefully it'll win something with I don't know if it's going to be an Oscar contender, but man, it's a good movie.
You know what?
Anora, Anora. It is phenomenal.
Maybe he'll win a People's Choice.
People's Choice.
Huh?
They don't do that anymore.
I'd much rather win a People's Choice than what was the other day? The Golden Globes by the foreign press.
Yeah, we were just talking
I
about
know. I'm just saying. I'd rather win the People's Choice.
You're like saying, what was it the other day?
I forget.
We're talking. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
We're talking about it's getting snubbed.
I recalled it pretty quickly.
All right. Yeah. What was that thing on the other day? Oh, you think we're talking about right now? The Golden Globes?
Golden Globes, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if all some wires I think got disconnected in your head over the last year.
Probably.
No, I've just noticed that there's.
I'm agreeing with you.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with you. You're probably right.
Do you think you're having some like brain slippage?
Probably.
I know. I've just noticed some curious points of interest. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I noticed curious points of interest with you as well.
Hey, speaking of awards stuff, and like. If Miss America happens, but it's not on TV, did it really happen? Did you have any idea that Miss America just was on, but no one covered? It was not on TV.
How is it not on TV?
It's not on TV anymore.
Of all the channels out there, one channel couldn't have carried it?
Miss America 2025 was just held, and I had no idea until I saw a story. Miss Alabama, a cheerleader. Rah, rah, go team. Abby Stockard has been crowned the winner of Miss America 2025, beating 10 other finalists to the $50,000 tuition scholarship prize.
Okay.
The 97th annual pageant took place over the weekend at the Walt Disney Theater in Orlando. And it was not on TV.
Yeah, here she is cheering for the Auburn Tigers.
Miss America has been on TV for decades. It's been on ABC, on NBC. And you know what's happened is like these beauty pageants, the ratings have precipitously dropped over the years. And does anyone cover like what is it? There's like Miss America,
Miss USA,
Miss Universe. And I guess that maybe the whole concept got kind of diluted.
Didn't
Yeah. Oh, and then some years ago, because of like sexist allegations, they took away the swimsuit competition.
Yeah.
So anyway, believe it or not, folks, Miss America happened over the weekend, and nobody knows it happened. Hey, Meredith, come here. Hey, Meredith.
She would know. If anybody would know, Meredith would know.
Meredith from down the hall, formerly of the MJ Morning Show.
Oh,
Meredith.
you're so fancy dressed today.
I know, right?
Where are you going? You going to jail?
I told you.
Going to the courthouse?
What
are you doing?
That's what people say when you're dressed up.
Are you paying like, what are you doing?
This is like deja vu from 6 o'clock this morning when Fester's interrogating me.
It's the first. I came in laughing hysterically. He's dressed like such a tool today.
I was invited with Michelle to the swearing in of Susie Lopez, the Hillsborough County State Attorney.
So along the same lines.
So technically he is going to court.
Okay.
So I'm going downtown. I'm going downtown.
Yeah.
After the show. So I'm not dressed in a long sleeve dress shirt.
You always wear like a gray t-shirt. That's all you wear.
And shorts.
Yes, exactly.
And tennis shoes.
You're like Homer Simpson. You wear the same outfit every day.
I'm wearing nice shoes. I have long pants on and a button-down shirt. Hey,
you look nice.
I've got a tweed blazer in the car, believe it or not.
So fancy.
Yeah.
You'd be a professor at the end of the day.
What a nerd. He's going to teach sociology at UT.
It's not because it's cold outside. I'm dressed because I'm going to an event right after the morning show. So that's why I'm dressed.
Lovely.
The reason why I called you in, did you have any idea that the Miss America pageant was held over the weekend in Orlando?
In Orlando?
Yes.
No. I had no idea.
It's not on TV anymore.
Yeah.
And that's why. No one. Miss Alabama, a cheerleader, was crowned Miss America 2025.
I usually like those.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. No network wants to carry it? Like the WB doesn't want to carry the Miss America pageant?
Or even Netflix?
They streamed it on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
The MJ Morning Show streams on YouTube.
We are on the same platform as the Miss America pageant.
Lovely. I would love to be Miss America.
Yeah. But you had no idea.
No, I had no idea.
Nobody knew. We have a new Miss America, Miss Alabama.
And it was in Orlando.
And exactly. It was at the Walt Disney Theater in Orlando.
You would have gone?
I would have totally gone.
You'd have
With
won.
my fake crown and my sash walking in there.
You'd have won. I own this bitch.
Yeah. You know, medieval times, I was actually named Princess of Love and Beauty when I was 10 years old, and I still have the sash. I should just wear it every day.
You should.
You should.
You know, we went there one time.
Medieval times.
Yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it?
Is that still around?
Yeah, of course it is. By the way, the tickets are, I mean, it's a great place. It's so expensive.
No, you
They're
got
like $80.
You got to buy them on Groupon.
Okay, you do that? Awesome.
I want to say we went because I think it might have been a Chloe's Girl Scout troop went there, and we went along. We also went to the Medieval Nights in Vegas.
Okay.
At Excalibur. Did they knock that hotel down? Is that still there?
I don't know. I haven't been to Vegas in a minute.
Actually, it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
You know,
it is fun. It's
is-
good for the family.
Yeah, you're eating chicken with your hands.
Yes. It reminds me of Cable Guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Meredith,
thank you.
formerly of the MJ Morning Show.
I will leave like a beauty queen.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Mary.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are.
Curtsy,
And
curtsy.
put your medieval sash on.
Princess
Sash and
of
tiara.
Love and Beauty. Thank you very much. Good day.
Get out of here, Love and Beauty.
Thank you. Meredith, who's with us in the original run of the MJ Morning Show.
There's an opening here, you know.
All right.
Just want to put that out there, Mayor. I love you.
We have begun a nationwide search for a new member of the MJ Morning Show with Roxanne leaving, and Roxanne gets to spend time with her kids and not get up at 4:45 in the morning. You know, she's got a 5-year-old and a seven or 8.
Lucky Roxanne.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
And listen, I missed a lot of good years where, you know, I was doing morning radio and I'm not driving the kids to school, etc. So
My Uncle Vito missed a lot of good years, but he was in prison.
What family was he attached to?
He wasn't a family. It was just
like Gambino or something?
No, nothing like that. Just a couple things get out of hand.
Lucchese?
A couple of bad decisions. You lose 20
what was
years.
it? Colombo?
It wasn't a mob thing.
All right.
Wait, what? All Italians go to jail for mob things? No. We go to jail for shooting people too.
All right, 7:40 at the MJ Morning Show. So in minutes, I've got the list of cringe words and phrases that are totally banned in 2025. So we'll get to that in a minute. Were you about to point something out?
No, I was just going to re-congratulate Stockard, whatever her name is, Miss Alabama America.
Yeah, no, Miss America, who was Miss Alabama.
Good for her.
Yeah, so congratulations.
What, now she goes to like the grand openings of Kroger's for the next year?
Hey,
Big deal.
I got an email from a mother who says that there's a big bathroom problem at Durant High School. So Durant's a very well-known school. Is that where Brooke Bennett went, former gold medalist? Didn't she go to Durant?
I don't know.
Was that Durant out there?
I have no idea. Where is Durant? Is that out in like Riverview?
No, Durant is Durant is like is it Valrico, Plant City? It was Durant. What's the address of Durant? Plant City.
Plant
so
City.
yeah, Durant is Plant City.
Okay.
All right, so Durant High School. All right, so I get an email. Good morning. Anyway, there's.
She mumbled in the email.
No.
Good morning.
All right, I'm mumbling.
Good morning. She had a stroke. I mean, what's the email say?
Let me get this parent on the phone. The parent wants to remain anonymous.
Okay.
All right. But, and when I saw this email, I'm like, you know what? This sort of reminds me of a high school bathroom issue that I had at my high school in Virginia Beach at Cox High School, where I just went to my 40th reunion back in October in Virginia Beach. Let me get this mama on the phone. She wants me to keep her anonymous, and I wonder how many schools, high schools, have this issue.
Hello?
Hey, good morning, anonymous mother of a kid that goes to Durant High School. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning. Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to keep you anonymous, correct?
Yes.
You don't want any backlash, any retribution or anything, right?
Bathroom retribution?
It's not retribution towards me. It's toward my child that goes there.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
So do me a favor. Give me the 1-minute version. And when I saw your email, anonymous mother, this reminded me of something that happened when I was in high school. And I think this might be somewhat common. All right. So in 1 minute, give me the whole story. What do we need to know about the bathroom situation at Durant High School?
Okay. There's 2,600 students that go to Durant High School.
Yep.
They have 8 bathrooms for the whole school. It's 2-story school. And, oh, my God, I just went brain dead. So then some of the teachers also do not let the students out to go use the restroom. If they have to use the restroom, they have to wait. They got 5 minutes in between changing classes. In that 5 minutes, they expect them to use the restroom, run upstairs to their next class, and make it to their class in time when there's 2,600 students. Half of those are girls, and there's 8 bathrooms. How do they expect them to get to class on time? And if they are late, they get written up for it, and then eventually they'll get in-school suspension.
Yeah, they get a demerit for being late
All right,
to class.
so
Yeah, sure.
in your email, you told me that they have 8 restrooms, but they have some of them closed?
Yes, they have, I think it's area 7 and 8 closed. The 700 block and 800 block or something like that closed. There's 2 sets of bathrooms that are closed. So basically, they have 8 restrooms, and only 5 of them, 6 of them are open.
So is it because they're under repair, or are they just like not letting students in there?
No, because they're like, I guess they have 4 APs there and teachers, everybody. Okay. It's like they don't have enough people to stand in every bathroom and watch everybody use the restroom.
To monitor the restrooms. So what you're saying is that with 5 minutes in between classes, 2,600 students, and not all of the restrooms opened, that it's a challenge to get everything done within the allotted time.
Yes, if you have a female, which is on her thing.
Sure.
There's
all right, so your student is your daughter who's a female?
Yes.
I would think, admittedly, a female student would take more time in the restroom
more than a guy.
Than a male student.
Yeah, guys are squirt and go.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, yeah.
And I even have a friend of hers that gets in trouble also being a male waiting in the bathroom. But see, just because they're waiting in line to use the restroom doesn't mean that they're the ones that are taking forever to go in and go out. I mean, if you got students in there and they're hanging out and it's making it worse for the other kids, then that's a problem. Then you're not having somebody in there monitoring what they are doing. And it's causing problems for other kids because they're ready to get, if you have so many tardies, you have in-school suspension. After so many, you get out-of-school suspension.
Oh, man.
So it's crazy. Plant City High School has the same thing, but they're a one-story school. I went there. I graduated there. And it's just crazy because why should a student have to hold their problem, or if you're on that monthly issue, why should you have to sit through a class that a teacher doesn't want to let you go use the restroom?
Oh, like with a female.
That's what she said.
Yeah,
Sometimes the females take a little longer.
Because, certain things that are female specific.
He's just putting that together, ma'am.
I see what you're saying. Yes,
We talked about like 2 minutes ago.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's what bothers me is why should my child have to sit in class when she's on this situation right here?
Yeah.
And not be able to go use the restroom because the teacher doesn't want to let them out of class.
Well, have you called the principal? Have you asked for
I spoke to an AP, and she
AP as an assistant principal?
Yeah, they have 4 of them out there.
Okay, so 4 assistant principals.
According to the AP, she said that there was plenty of time for a student to go to the restroom and go to their class and make it on time.
Have you called the school board? Have you gone to a meeting?
They told me to call Durant High School.
Huh.
The school board told you to call Durant High School.
All right, so have you called up to request a meeting with the principal of the school?
No, I have not, because when I talked to the AP, she wasn't too nice.
So, as a parent,
did she tell you to go bleep yourself?
No, it was just, they have plenty of time to go to the restroom. They have plenty of time to do what they have to do. I said, ma'am, when we went to school, we had 15 minutes to change classes.
You know what? We're going to have to
probably know.
Hey, anonymous mom, you know what's going to have to happen here?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have to launch. We're going to have to launch an MJ Morning Show undercover video surveillance investigation. That's what we're gonna have to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're gonna
not right.
we're gonna have to get the undercover video in there and a stopwatch. And, get video of the like when they sneak cameras into like a meat processing plant and they've got like 10-year-olds processing like beef carcasses and getting caught up in the machines. That we got to do an undercover video investigation of bathroom problems at Durant High School.
All right, Mom, seriously, although we want to help with the undercover investigation because it does sound like a good time.
Yeah.
As a parent, you have
underwear cam.
Yes, you have the right.
No.
Okay, listen, these are high school students we're talking about.
Maybe not.
Mom, man, you guys are so funny. I listen to you every morning.
Okay.
You guys are hilarious.
Mom, you have the right to have a meeting with the principal as a parent. I bet you there would be no school board member who would say, absolutely not. You cannot meet with administrators to bring up an issue of safety and comfort for your students. I would think about going to or making a point. Your school board members are accessible to you. If you call their office and are they by precinct or jurisdiction or not jurisdiction?
Hillsborough County, Pasco, Pinellas.
Yeah, but is it like
one has it?
Is the school
I don't
district
know if the school board is all
by zone
over.
like the?
Well,
I don't know.
Well, Hillsborough County has a superintendent of schools and a school board for the entire system in Hillsborough County. All right, listen.
Call the superintendent.
Yeah. Listen, anonymous mother, parent of a Durant High School student. We've brought your story to light, and hopefully, maybe this will open up the floodgates a little bit.
I hope it does because it's you're not in jail. I mean, I understand there's things going around in schools. They don't have lockers anymore. They carry 50, 60-pound backpacks. I picked up her backpack the other day. Yeah. And I was like, why is your backpack so heavy? She says, we don't have lockers.
Yeah, well, listen, kids don't get enough exercise these days, so I'm all for that.
Yeah, I'm not really opposed to that.
I understand that, too, but it's just, I understand they don't have lockers, and I understand why they don't have lockers. Because of everything that's going on around the world. All these kids being bullied and shooting up the school.
Well, listen, I hope that you can solve the bathroom issue. And do me a favor, if anything happens, if anything budges here, then send me a follow-up email, okay?
All right, so hold on.
Will.
Ma'am, I just went to Hillsborough County Public Schools school board website. The first thing on their website on the left-hand side, school board, about us, and then the first thing says advocate for your child.
You gotta fight for your right to potty!
I mean,
that's funny. Okay.
All right.
I would think the school board wants to hear and wants to address parents. Maybe not at the school level. They may be dyed in the wool. Oh, they have plenty of time. There's a recourse to go a little higher.
All right, thank you. Keep us informed, okay?
All right, thank you.
You got that? You gotta fight.
We all got it.
For your right to potty.
I thought it was hysterical.
I thought it was pretty funny also.
Maybe not laugh out loud funny, but
I don't know why it took me so long to think of that. I'm slowing down. All right. Oh, wait a second. We're getting calls. Listen, folks, when we do something I just want to point this out. I'm going to go to phones here. When we do something, some content on the MJ Morning Show, you don't always have to wait for me to say, hey, let's take calls, 800-990-1047. Whatever we're talking about, you can always call in. And those are the best calls sometimes when I don't even ask for calls and people just call in. So you can always call in and comment on what we're talking about. And if Andrew thinks it's good, we'll put you on the air. 800-990-1047. And calls are rolling in. Give me the screener, Fester, would you please?
Oh, that's pulling up here.
All right, we got Anonymous on 2.
Why is everybody anonymous?
In Tampa. Hello, Anonymous on 2 in Tampa. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning, MJ. I have to start off by saying I've listened to you guys for many years. Love the show.
Thank you so much. Go ahead.
Awesome.
All right. So my son is a graduate last year from Durant High School. Gary Graham is the principal. The students call him Scary Gary.
Scary Gary?
Issue, oh, yeah. Scary Gary is what they call him.
Why do they call him Scary Gary?
Oh, because he's absolutely intimidating to the students. He's not supportive to the students at all. So that's his nickname.
Oh, well, listen, that's your opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
to me, it sounds like maybe he's a principal that has control of his school.
Not so much.
Okay.
Another reason why the restrooms are not all open is because of the vandalism by the students, and that's from retaliation, from what I hear, of the students because of them locking them. So when they get in there, they do those TikTok challenges with the toilets and the sinks to get back at the principal for closing them.
And that really does nothing? So are the children stupid? I
mean, you're not going to get anywhere by retaliating with vandalism. Listen, I don't know Scary Gary or just Gary. I don't know this guy.
Mr.
But listen,
Graham.
being a principal of a school in 2025 with 2,600 kids, that's a tough gig. So I tend to give administrators and educators, I tend to give them a little bit more of the benefit of the doubt. But listen, I could be wrong. Thanks for the call. Anonymous. Am I grabbing another one? Line 6. Let me grab Kim. Kim's in Plant City. Kim, hi, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi. I would just like to say, I mean, I have 2 students that go there.
To Durant High School.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm a teacher myself, not at that school, but at a different school.
Right.
And my student, I mean, they're AP. They have all these classes and homework and everything.
We got to delineate. AP, initially that was for assistant principal.
Yeah.
AP, as what you're saying, is for advanced placement.
Right, yes.
Okay.
And they have plenty of time to go to the bathroom. They can go during second period while they're downstairs and they have 2 classes. Or if they have a special medical problem, they can get a red card and go anytime they need to.
Yeah.
They're not. The only reason why they're stopping them from going into the bathrooms is because they're having sexual relations.
Hold on a minute. They're having sexual relations in the bathroom at Durant High School?
Yes, sir, they are.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
And Tomlin Middle School is doing the same thing in Plant City because of that same issue.
All right, so wait a minute. So Kim, a mother of 2 Durant High School students and a teacher yourself at a different school, you think that things are fine, though, as far as bathrooms? Your kids are not having a problem?
No, they're not. They find time to go in between, and it's not an issue. They don't sit in there and hang out with their friends.
Are your kids male, female, one of each?
Female. Both of them are female.
Okay. And you're saying that you disagree with the anonymous parent that was complaining about the bathroom issues?
Yes, sir. I completely disagree.
Well, see, we're getting both sides of the story here. All right, what about the scary Gary claim?
He runs a tight ship, but he does still listen, and the APs are wonderful over there. My daughter was actually being bullied, and they handled the situation that day. I mean, it stopped.
Look at that.
I mean,
thank you.
But I think for the original mother who called in, her recourse is to Contact Scary Gary.
Yeah, well, listen, but look, two sides of the story. Here's another mother who happens to be a teacher and is saying that, hey, this Gary principal at Durant runs a tight ship, and a principal needs to run a tight ship, and just gave accolades to the assistant principals as well. So listen, we'll give you both sides of the story here on the MJ Morning Show. All right, thank you. Appreciate the call. And I got to move on. But hey, you never know what the hell's going to pop up here on the MJ Morning Show. Wow. All right, I have the cringe list.
All right.
These 10 banished words and phrases are now banned for 2025. Remove this from your vocabulary. Yeah, this is a list that was put together by Lake Superior State University. It's a big, big school. That's a D1 school, isn't it?
Lake Superior?
Yeah, Lake Superior State. I just thought it was a great list. Yeah. So wherever the hell Lake Superior, I guess it's up in Michigan, right?
Or Wisconsin.
No, I would say I'm going to guess Michigan. So they put out a list of these 10 phrases and words that just need to be banned for 2025. Just remove this stuff from your vocabulary. All right, here we go. Number 1, cringe. So take the word. Haven't you heard people say that? You know, you'll say something and someone thinks it's a little off or odd, and they'll go cringe,
or something that's cringe-worthy.
I hate. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the word cringe.
Does it make you cringe when you hear the word cringe?
I got to be honest. Other than me just talking about the cringe list and the cringe words, I can't tell you the last time that I've used the word cringe. I don't like the word cringe. You know what? I think it ought to be excommunicated from the entire English language, the word cringe. All right, so stop using cringe. Number 2, game changer. Oh, that's a game changer. Knock it off. Take the game changer crap out of the vocabulary. Stop it. Number 3 is era. ERA. I don't know why that's on the list.
Era?
Yeah. I don't know. Am I missing some current vernacular use of the word era?
Wasn't What's-Her-Face's tour the Eras tour?
Oh, that's true.
I mean,
Taylor Swift. Yeah.
But
yeah, maybe.
Do too many people use the word era just in regular conversation?
It's on the list. Number 4 is dropped.
Like a new album?
Just like drop. I don't know. Just dropped. Stop using the word dropped.
Like P. Diddy just dropped the baby oil? I mean, what?
Or oh man, the new episode just dropped. I don't know. You know what?
I don't mind that.
Yeah, it's a little overdone. I don't know. Anyway. All right, number 5.
All right, Lake Superior State University.
Stop using IYKYK.
Oh, no. I like that a lot.
Stop.
I like that a lot.
It's on the list.
No.
Stop. Knock it off.
I use that. I like it. If you know, you know.
They say stop using IYKYK. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. All right, number 6. Oh, God, I hate this. Oh, my God. This could be the worst offender on the list, at least for me. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, God, I hate that. Oh, man. Sorry, not sorry. Do you know anyone that uses that?
Yes, me. I love that. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not going to apologize for your hurt feelings, okay? Sorry, I'm not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, I'm not sorry. Tough crap.
All right. Skibbity. Didn't we talk about Skibbity with Chloe, my Generation Z daughter?
Yeah.
A couple of months ago.
So nobody over the age of like 30 knows what skibbity means.
Skibbity. What the hell is? I even forgot what it means. What the hell does skibbity mean?
I thought it meant something with a toilet or something, or it means cool, or
what does toilet have to do with cool?
I think there's a thing, skibbity toilet.
What?
I mean, it's a. I don't.
Stop using skibbity. All right,
deal.
That's number 7.
I'll stop using skibbity.
Right. Oh, this is another one that's totally overused. And you know what? I got to be honest here. I have been somewhat victimized by people around me using this, and then it's rubbed off a little bit, and then I find myself saying it, and I got to like snatch myself back? 100%. When 100%, when someone says something and you agree, 100%.
100%.
100%. That is so overused. Stop using 100% in the new year in 2025.
What percentage is that overused by?
100%.
That's right.
All right, number 9, utilize. I don't understand that one.
Okay.
Number 9, listen, it probably means something to plenty of people, and there's a way that that's used, but utilize is on the banned word list for 2025. And then finally, number 10, period. You know the folks that will always emphasize something with the actual verbalization of period? All right, I'm not going. Period. Oh, this is not on the list, but you know what else drives me? Full stop.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. If anyone, I'm going to start carrying a sledgehammer. And if anyone says full stop, I'm going to crack you over the skull. I hate full stop as well. All right, so period. So there you go. The 10 banned words and phrases for 2025. Oh, you know what I forgot?
What?
8:02, by the way, at the MJ Morning Show. This is Q105, 104.7 FM. And, I'm sure we're going to be quite the buzz at Durant High School this morning. Maybe some of the younger kids don't know about us. So make sure you tell everyone if there's a buzz at Durant High School about us talking about the bathroom situation and Scary Gary, make sure that everyone knows that it's the MJ Morning Show on Q105, which is 104.7 FM.
Listen, let me ask you, MJ.
Spread the word on the MJ Morning Show.
Would you give equal time to Scary Gary if Principal Graham contacted us?
I'll have Scary Gary on in 2 minutes if he calls in.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to, be proactive and reach out to him.
Hey, listen,
but if they want to contact us.
The original caller had an issue with the principal, and then we had the last caller that said, yeah, he runs a tight ship. A principal needs to run a tight ship of a school of 26. Oh, you know what else I forgot? One other thing, I meant to bring this up, is, and I sort of teased this early on, that the email about too many bathrooms being closed or not having enough time to use the bathroom at Durant High School, that was the initial email I got from the parent, and that's why we had the anonymous parent on. And I sort of alluded to this, that there was a situation when I was in high school. Oh, man, I stirred up some crap. So I went to Cox High School in Virginia Beach on Great Neck Road, and they did the same thing. There were like 5 or 6 bathrooms in the school, and I think they closed every one of them except for one, like 1 girls, 1 boys. And again, it was part of the monitoring issue and trying to, keep a tight hold on the bathroom usage. And I was on the school newspaper. And man, we stirred up some crap. Oh my God. We stirred up some crap. We stirred up so much crap. The journalism teacher, who was also an English teacher.
Right.
So this guy was the coolest teacher. His name was James Malarneyano. It's a Hawaiian dude. All right. James Malarneyano. I'm sure he's retired by now, but he was an English teacher at Cox High School in Virginia Beach. He had come from one of the local papers, so he worked at he had a newspaper background, but then he decided to teach English, and he also became the journalism instructor for the school newspaper. And this guy, he was great. This was one of the best teachers I had in high school, James Malarneyano. Anyway, we stirred up so much crap with like investigative stories and pieces in the school newspaper. They fired him as the journalism teacher. They kept him on, and he stayed on for decades, I think, after I left.
But he was off the paper?
Yeah. So he stayed on as an English teacher, but they took him off of the school newspaper. The guy was totally qualified. He was a former newspaper dude.
What kind of censorship is that?
I know. So the school administration, they canned him from running the school newspaper. And he also had the journalism class. So I took the journalism class, and I was on the school newspaper. So I wrote a piece about the bathrooms being closed. And it was a front page story. And I'll never forget this. I did all kinds of research. I found like Virginia and city codes on how many bathrooms had to be open in a school with certain number of students.
There has to be a bathroom limit. There's
like
a code for all.
There's a ratio. There's a code on the number of bathrooms and the size of the facility, the number of students, and they were totally violating that. And I had the whole story laid out. It was a front page piece in the school newspaper, and I'll never forget. The paper went to the administration right after it got published in the morning, and then it was distributed to students on once a month on school newspaper distribution day during the lunch bell, during the lunch hour.
Where they pull all the copies.
Right. So
stop the presses.
I'll never forget. They tried to stop the distribution.
Oh, great.
So they stopped a bunch of them got out, but then they stopped the distribution of paper. And I remember I'm in the lunchroom, and the assistant principal was Shackelford, Mr. Shackelford. And he said, "Pretty melodramatic, Mr. Schnitt, wouldn't you say?" he was giving me crap on my story about the bathrooms being closed. So when I saw this email from the parent, I'm like, you know what? That kind of rings a little bit of a bell. So that's
pretty melodramatic. You've been hearing that ever since.
Yeah.
Mostly from program directors.
Story of my life.
Yeah, pretty melodramatic, don't you think?
Story of my entire career, my entire life.
Let's put that on your tombstone.
Yeah,
melodramatic.
Pretty melodramatic. All right. So, gotta love the body cam offerings lately. Now we have a Sarasota Hooters waitress arrested for DUI. Tried to...
I mean, she's a sport.
Tried to get out of it by playing all flirtatious with the arresting officer. Yeah, so we have a body cam footage. Oh my, this is crazy. Yeah, this Hooters waitress had a blood alcohol of 0.318. Holy crap. That is out of control. All right, I got to hear some of this audio. We got Andrew, you got a bunch of this audio pulled, and man, this is a crazy story. And a Hooters waitress down in Sarasota. Let me give you the details here. So, body cam footage of Sophia Gabrielle Ross, I think is it Sophia Gabrielle Ross? And she's a Hooters waitress down in Sarasota. And man, this body cam footage has gone viral as she tries to flirt her way out of being arrested for DUI. And as the body cam footage progresses, she just becomes, progressively more flirtatious after she was pulled over for drinking and driving. So at one point in the body camera footage, she's heard telling the officer, "Dave, we're going to make out," as she calls the officer daddy. Keeps calling the cop daddy, and that she'll do anything for him. And the officer laughs. Yeah, then later in the video, the Hooters waitress pulled over for DUI, attempts to get the officer's cell phone number as she continues to juice up the flirtation. Then she leans, she leaned in during the arrest and asks the officer, "What? You afraid I'm going to grab your yeah." Obviously the cop was 100% professional down in Sarasota and completely thwarted her attempted advances here. Yeah, she tried everything to get out of trouble. Well, that wasn't going to happen. And by the way, the arrested Hooters waitress with a 0.318, she later social media'd a message that Uber is cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, she's right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Is she still employed at the Sarasota Hooters? Is there any update on that?
Let me play some of this audio.
All right.
Let me put this up. I want to be able to start and stop. So let me stick this up on the button bar here. All right, listen to this. This is Sophia Ross, and I think it's Sophia Gabrielle Ross. I think might be her full name here. All right, listen to this.
Oh.
You all right?
Yes.
What's your first name?
Sophia.
We are going to investigate a DUI.
I am under the influence, but I did not drive. Swear to God.
But you were driving.
I was not.
Okay, do you want to try this first exercise for me?
I will do anything for you, Daddy. We're gonna make out here.
Okay.
We're gonna make out here.
No, we're not.
I can't keep my hands off him. Sorry.
Unfortunately, you're going to have to. Everything that we
Don't be such a nerd, bro.
body cam, and that body cam is public record.
I am a nerd. Show it to the body cam. I am a nerd.
But anything we do is...
I am a nerd, bro.
How much did she drink to achieve a .318?
Yeah, that's really drunk.
So she's wearing the Hooters top. So was she at Hooters? Was she drinking after her shift, or did she go out after Hooters?
So she has a sweater on, but underneath the sweater is her white work shirt.
Yeah, so I wonder, was she working that night? That's unbelievable. I mean, a DUI charge with a blood alcohol level of a .318. That is out of control. And you calling your daddy, we're going to make out.
Oh.
You all right?
Yes.
What's your first name?
Sophia.
We are going to investigate a DUI.
I am under the influence, but I did not drive.
so she was seen driving the vehicle. So what did she try to say here?
Swear to God.
But you were driving.
Yeah, but yes, you were. You were behind the wheel. You were driving.
Was not.
Okay, do you want to try this first exercise for me?
I will do anything for you, Daddy. We're gonna.
I will do anything for you, Daddy.
All right, so the officer has I think the perfect level of kind of calm compassion for what she's dealing with. He's in complete control of the situation.
Oh yeah, listen, the cop's doing his job flawlessly.
He acknowledged, hey, this is on body camera and all of it is public record.
Yeah, this was Sarasota Police Department.
Great job, officer.
Yeah, so this was the city of Sarasota's police department.
Make out here.
Okay.
We're gonna make out here.
No, we're not.
We're gonna make out here.
No.
We're gonna make out here. We'll make out here. And then he says, "No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not." She's so drunk. If they made out, she would like vomit in his mouth.
Yeah, get that on body camera, officer. Ugh, this is
Hands off him. Sorry.
What did she say?
I can't keep my hands off of him?
Is that it?
Unfortunately, you're going to have to. Everything that we
Don't be such a nerd, bro.
Don't be such a nerd, bro. Yeah, she's toasted. Look at her mugshot.
That's great.
Yeah. Did you have audio from like the Sarasota police spokesperson?
I did. I could pull it back up.
Yeah. What did they have to say?
You know, I've pull it back up. Hold on, give me a second. I just shut it down. But you know, they're commending their officer.
Yeah, she's 22 years old. Sophia Gabrielle Ross, is that her full name? Or Sophia Ross?
Sophia Ross is what I saw in the story.
Yeah, another story is Gabrielle as well. Wow.
And that body cam is public record.
I am a nerd. Show it to the body cam. I am a nerd.
But anything we do is...
I am a nerd, bro.
That's what you call a .318.
All right, so this is Cynthia McLaughlin.
From the Sarasota Police Department?
Yeah, hold on. This is...
I'd roll it.
While at the jail, the driver did do breath test samples and did blow more than 4 times over the legal limit, which is shocking.
In this situation, the officer was able to intercept her before a very serious crash could occur. Could have killed the officer, could have killed an innocent bystander, could have killed her.
Oh, that's Larry Coggins. He's the MAD regional director now. Yeah. He was Florida Highway Patrol.
I don't know if he's still affiliated with
No,
FHP.
I think he must be retired, but Larry Coggins, he used to be Florida Highway Patrol.
Yeah. So
he was the spokesperson for years for FHP, if I'm not mistaken.
Now he works with MAD, and they do great work over there.
All right, anyway, just another public service. Don't drink and drive. Don't end up being embarrassed by body cam footage and trying to make out with the cop to get out of the DUI. That's not going to work. Hey, if you're a vegan, guess what? I'm not a vegan, by the way.
Yeah, why are you looking at me? Like, guess what? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, Fester's not a vegan.
I've eaten 3 pounds of meat already this morning.
Yeah. So if you're a vegan, you stand a greater chance to be depressed.
You know what? I've seen unscientific stories of people who were vegan for a long time, and then they worked meat back into their diet, and they just felt better. They just felt better about everything. And, you know, I think it's some truth
I've heard
to
the
that.
same thing.
You know,
I've heard that people were vegan, and then they're like, screw this crap.
I'm vegan for 5 years, and you live and die by it, and that's great if that's what you want to do. But then you slowly work meat back in, and you just notice a chemical difference in your body.
Working my way back to meat, babe.
Oh, hey. Oh.
Yeah, so new research is out. Data of over 350,000 people follows individuals for over a decade, and it assessed signs of mental health issues. And it turns out that vegans are likely more depressed because they drink plant-based milk versus regular milk. So in this case, I guess it's milk.
Okay.
So a regular cow's milk versus, almond milk. And I don't know, that's a whole racket, I think.
Almond milk?
Yeah.
What's a racket about? It's just like nut juice.
Yeah, but I think I've read like making those like almond milk. It's like awful for the environment. You use like a jillion gallons of water to make.
So what? I do a million things awful for the
anyway.
environment.
So hey, if you're a vegan, you've got a chance of being more depressed than someone that does not just eat plant-based foods. So, all right, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna tell you, this is the dumbest freaking thing. I don't know, and this is from your NPR. Yeah, Fester likes NPR.
It's my second favorite radio station.
Oh my God, what's the matter with you?
Yeah, it's Q105, and then
you were
NPR.
a young Republican, and you're an NPR fan.
Listen, it's good stuff.
Anyway,
sometimes I like people not shouting at me on the radio.
So you're like Comatose FM.
Sometimes listen.
You're listening to Comatose FM.
I'm a huge Susan Giles fan.
Yeah. Oh, listen, I was listening. Susan Giles is
love her.
Susan Giles. Daughter of Martin Giles,
the legend,
the greatest radio news guy of all time.
The best.
Martin Giles, the best. I miss him all the time.
Yeah,
I was the best man at his wedding to Ping. Did you know that?
Yes, and I remember your awful speech.
I don't remember that. All
Hey,
right, anyway.
Martin, you're marrying Ping. I didn't know you golfed. That was the joke.
Was that my joke?
Yeah.
All right, anyway. All right, so this is an NPR article, and I'm like, are you kidding me? NPR is wasting web bandwidth and space. The headline is, wondering when to take down your holiday decorations? Here's some advice. What the hell do you need advice for on when to take down your holiday decorations?
You obviously don't live in the neighborhood where a guy leaves it up past Easter.
Come on, but you don't need an article on when to take down your Christmas decorations or your holiday decorations. Christmas comes, Christmas goes. Within a week or so, by New Year's, take down your freaking Christmas decorations.
Does Dennis Phillips still have his stuff up?
It's a good question.
Come on, let's go to the real expert on this. Come on. Some of these houses that take all this time to put their massive displays, it doesn't come down in a day or a week.
I texted him yesterday because we had that other thing. Oh, the polar vortex weather wiener.
Yes.
There was a
weather schlong.
We called it the weather schlong. Yeah. So the storm system, as it was
moving,
as it was depicted in like the weather graphics across like Ohio and Indiana, like from the Midwest all the way to the East Coast, there was this weather system, and the weather graphic made it look like a giant schlong. So we dubbed it the weather schlong. So we tried to call Dennis yesterday. Maybe he didn't pick up because he wanted to avoid that. Hang on, let me send him a text because that's a good question. About when does he take down his Christmas decorations, because he does this huge, he's the centerpiece of the neighborhood's massive home Christmas displays up in Palm Harbor.
I mean, he's the most famous Christmas light lunatic in the area, right?
Say it again.
I mean, he's of all the people who put up really, really, really excessive.
Oh, I think
displays,
I think he's one of them.
But he's probably the most famous of them all.
He's one of the holiday decoration loonies. Yeah, absolutely. And
the best known of all of them.
And he loves it, and people love it, and he's spreading
holiday joy and cheer.
Exactly.
Yes.
Comfort. Comfort and joy is what he's spreading.
He's bringing good tidings.
Good tidings and comfort and joy. Comfort and joy. All right, are these dopey radio stations still playing Christmas music? Have they knocked the crap off already?
No, I think one of them is playing Christmas music all year long.
You know what? That's coming up next. A radio station that plays Christmas music all year. You know, they just stopped playing Christmas music, and the local stations that like fight to be first to play Christmas music, it's gonna come that in
like Labor
March.
Day.
March. No, it's gonna be March.
I have to St. Patrick's Day.
So soon they're gonna start playing Christmas music or in March, is what I'm thinking.
St. Nick 106.
All right, but listen. Bottom line is, do you really need an article on when to take down your Christmas decorations?
Well, what do they say?
Stop.
What do they say? You can't just read the headline and then patronize them and then not read the article. When do you take them down?
Right, let me share
some
NPR. Should I read this like I'm on NPR?
But say this is all things considered.
This is all things considered.
Good job.
On the MJ Morning Show. Yes. The holidays have come and gone, but decorations have a way of hanging around for days or even weeks into the new year. It could be out of tradition or procrastination, but you may be looking at your lights, trees, and other decorations and wondering when the best time to take them down might be. If you observe the 12 nights of
Christmas, up a little bit.
All right, if you observe the 12 nights of Christmas, January 5th or 6th are the last nights. So you may be right on the edge before superstition says you might be inviting bad luck. Oh, is that a thing? If you leave your Christmas decorations up too long, there's bad luck?
Oh, look at this interesting nugget that NPR gave you.
Oh, shut up. Anyway, so what's today's? Today's the 7th. Yeah, your crap ought to be down. Yeah, your crap should have been down by yesterday. Yeah, all right. You ready for Ozempic 3.0?
I didn't know there was a 2.0.
Well, that's what the story says. So Ozempic obviously has taken, weight loss in this country by storm. It's not just Ozempic, it's Wegovy, it's Mounjaro. But of course, probably, when jokes are made or people make references, obviously, Ozempic is the biggie. All right, so now listen to this. There's something called retatrutide.
Retatrutide.
Or is it retatrutide? It's retatrutide. Is that retatrutide or is it retatrutide? This is an experimental drug, and they're nicknaming this thing Triple G. And they're saying that when this becomes available to the public, this new retatrutide or retatrutide could be the biggest of the weight loss drugs, that this could be the real biggie. So a study came out yesterday. Obese adults who took the weekly injection lost up to 22% of their starting weight after 11 months, compared to just 14% over 15 months with semaglutide or, what's in, Ozempic.
Oh, great. Another drug my insurance won't cover. Fantastic.
Oh, man. All right, so that's the latest now. So heads up for the Triple G. Yeah, researchers review the results at the 26th trial. Anyway, so that's the next phase. They're going to keep getting better. That these weight loss, what are they? The GLP-1s or what are they called? There's a GLP-1s, I think is what they call this stuff.
But retatrutide is
retatrutide, however the hell you pronounce it.
We'll go with what sounds right.
All right.
Retatrutide, that's the working name. That's not like the commercial song name of it, right? Red a true type. You know, it doesn't have. It's kind of hard to work into a song.
Yeah, let me try. Let me see. Rare, true tide, Triple G.
Wow.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
You worked it in perfectly.
Oh, absolutely.
Holy crap.
Ready tried, Triple G. What up, G?
That's going to be the commercial.
What up, G?
Yeah, middle-aged white guy.
No,
what up, G?
no, what down, G? My weight.
Ooh.
What down, G? All right, just heads up, and they're calling it Ozempic 3.0.
That's cool.
Yeah, whenever the hell this thing hits the... Oh, speaking of Triple G, holy crap. So this new weight loss drug, which I'm sure it's going to come out at some point, nicknamed Triple G, better than Ozempic, better than Wegovy, better than Mounjaro, apparently. But, you know, of all, haven't we heard that Mounjaro is the best of the current three? Okay. And then, of course, you have all the generics and the generic semaglutide.
Independent compounding shops.
Is it semaglutide or is it semaglutide? I've heard it pronounced both ways.
I like semaglutide because it sounds funnier.
All right, so listen to this. Speaking of Triple G, when I say Triple G, what else comes to mind?
Triple G?
Triple G. So the drug they're nicknaming Triple G. What else, when I say Triple G, comes to mind?
I don't know. Triple G?
Anybody? You know what? Let's go to phones. When I say Triple G, and it's not some dude ranch out in Nebraska, all right, when I say Triple G, is there anything else that comes to mind? Anybody? 800-990-1047. Still nothing from you?
That would be it. Well, you're going to calls now,
right,
but
800-990-1047.
Now all I can think about is a dude ranch in Nebraska.
The Triple G, hey, this is Wilford Brimley for the Triple G Ranch.
Sounds like a good time for all the boys.
When I say Triple G, what's the first thing that might come to mind? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. All right, the phones are all ringing. Andrew, just if they can speak English, just put them on hold. I mean, you don't need to do the full screening process here.
Some English.
Or Uzbeki.
Yeah. As long as we could reasonably understand them.
All right, hang on. These, what can I, let me take, all right, put it on hold. Just put one on hold. All right, here we go. All right, Rebecca is in Clearwater. Rebecca, when I say Triple G, what comes to mind?
So I think of Guys Grocery Games. I watch a lot of cooking shows, so that's the first thing I think of whenever I hear Triple G.
Is what? Say it again?
Guys Grocery Games.
Oh,
Guys
Grocery Games?
Guy Fieri has the show Triple D, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives,
right.
And he has another kind of game show themed thing called Guys Grocery Games.
Yeah.
They call that Triple G.
Triple G.
Rebecca, that's not what I'm looking for, but thank you for listening.
You're welcome.
All right, so the first one is wrong. Let me grab Kay in St. Pete. Kay, when I say Triple G, what comes to mind?
MJ, I don't think this is what you're looking for either, but the first thing that came to my mind when you said Triple G is there was a TV show on Nickelodeon called Game Shakers, and one of the characters played by Benjamin Flores, his name was Triple G.
How obscure is that?
You know what, Kay, you are absolutely right.
No, that's wrong.
Exactly what
No,
we're
it's
she was right to say you have no idea what MJ's looking for.
Kay, totally
exactly.
wrong.
Exactly. I said I don't think this is what you're looking for.
You're correct. It's not. All right, Kay, have a great day.
Thanks, you too. Thanks.
All right, let me grab Wendy in Clearwater. Wendy, when I say Triple G, what comes to mind?
Boob size.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes! Boob size.
Wendy, we should have known MJ was asking this
No,
question.
that's not. No, I have a story. Well, hold on. What did you say? Hold on. What
I said we should have known because MJ's asking the question, and she said, "I know."
All right, stop. All right, so we have this. We have this.
Do me a favor, MJ. Don't think anymore.
Hold on. Say that again.
I said, don't sing anymore. I almost went off the road.
All right.
Were you saying the trimaglutide?
Oh.
Or the, whatever the name of the drug was.
That was scary.
All right, thank you. All right, have a great
Wendy.
day. Goodbye, Wendy.
Oh,
All right.
man.
No, but Wendy's right. So triple G, boob size.
Right.
So the first triple G was about this new type of weight loss drug that they've nicknamed triple G that's supposed to be amazing.
Retatrutide.
But yeah, exactly. So, but the other triple G, I stumbled across this story. A teenager's breasts. This is a 19-year-old young woman. She went from a B cup to triple G. And they're saying it was after she got a COVID vaccine. Are you kidding me? I mean, I've heard of all kinds of claims with the COVID vaccine, but I never heard of it taking a 19-year-old woman from a B cup to triple G. Anyway, there are pictures. This was a New York Post article, and there are pictures of her boobs.
Oh no! Because of the jab?
Yeah, listen, I'll hold it, and they've pixelated, they've obscured like the nipple area and everything. But I'm going to hold this up to MJTV right now. Look at this. Look at these.
Oh my!
And the claim. Let me just share some of the story again. Listen, this is New York Post. A 19-year-old woman's breast stunningly grew from a B cup to a triple G in the 6 months following her Pfizer COVID-19 vaccination in what researchers are calling a first-of-its-kind case. The unidentified healthy young woman reportedly experienced the rapid growth 1 week after getting vaccinated in September of 2022, and it worsened after the second dose. The patient believed that the vaccine caused her breast growth. However, her concerns were not adequately addressed by her primary care physicians, leading to mistrust in the healthcare system, blah, blah. Anyway, how can they be sure? How could it not be just some kind of, biological something, in her body? I mean, can they really pinpoint it to the COVID vaccine? I know that they're
I have to meet mom and grandma. I mean, I have to do a little genetic research just by meeting some people.
Yeah. So she ultimately had to have surgery. She underwent a breast reduction surgery a year later after her B cups went to triple G's. And folks, these are the size of like Volkswagen Jettas. I mean, they are enormous.
Nah, the Jetta's not that roomy.
Oh, so they called it the Pfizer boob job.
And you could see she's a really thin woman. You look at her shoulders, look at her neck.
Oh yeah.
Look at her tummy. She's
I mean, these look
thin.
like it's like some rogue plastic surgeon who ought to be like ought to have his medical license taken away. That's what they look like. But she had a boob reduction, and they're calling it the Pfizer boob job, a case of unexplained gigantomastia.
Wow.
Gigantomastia.
That's amazing.
So
lymph node swelling is a known side effect of the vaccine.
Yeah, but that's breast tissue. That's more than lymph nodes.
Some set of lymph nodes she has.
That's insane.
Did the reduction stop the growing?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I don't see any update to that. But that's a very, very good question.
I'm full of good questions about this subject.
Yeah. All right, then we have an Instagram influencer. God, I hate these influencers. But we're really like the original influencers, but we didn't call ourselves influencers. We just did what we do in morning radio, and obviously we influence a lot of people. But the people that say, "Yes, I'm an influencer," or "What do you do for a living?" "Oh, I'm an influencer." Remember I sat next to a guy. Did I record? I sat next to a guy on an airplane. What flight? I'm trying to remember the story. And the guy was a professional influencer. He had like 12,000 followers, and he called himself an influencer. I'm like, what kind of money do you make?
Who are you influencing? 12,000 people.
Exactly. I mean, come on. I mean, you've got people that. What do you want to do when you grow up? Oh, I want to be an influencer. I mean, you've got people that
Dude, that's the whole thing. If you ask kids what they want to do, they want to be a YouTuber.
Oh my!
They want to be Mr.
God.
Beast. They want to be unspeakable.
We're in trouble. We're totally in freaking trouble. Instead of wanting to go and get engineering degrees, being a whiz at math and science, kids want to be freaking influencers on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, for crying out loud. All right, the folks that are making massive money, it's a minuscule amount. It's a small percentage. It's a tiny deal. I mean, I know a couple of people that what is your kid doing? They're becoming an influencer.
Content creators.
What?
Yeah.
Come on. Give me a break. Why don't you get a real freaking job?
Yeah, like radio hosts.
Yeah, there you go. Listen, it's done okay for me.
Sit down and talk about news articles.
Yeah, all right. So here's an influencer by the name of Juan Gonzalez. Hey, we did this in the past. Listen to this. Caused mayhem and panic, and they had to shut down roads. This social media influencer came up with this free gas gimmick and caused a massive traffic jam in Phoenix. I mean, total motor nightmare in Phoenix. Juan Gonzalez has over 1.3 million followers on Instagram. And on Sunday, he posted a message that he put $10,000 in credit on the gas pumps of an Arcos station at 16th Street and Thomas Road out in Phoenix, if you know the area. First come, first serve. No gas cans allowed.
So was he arrested for this?
Well, they shut things down. When you're done filling up, leave the pump on the ground for the next person so it doesn't reset. So he then posted a video showing him handing over a $10,000 wad of cash to the gas station attendant, inside the booth at the Arcos station. Yeah. Hundreds of cars quickly flocked to the gas station to fill up, jammed up the intersection. The traffic was so bad that the Phoenix Police Department had to warn drivers on social media to avoid the area. Yeah, videos posted to Gonzalez's Instagram story show the gas station completely filled with cars at every pump, while scores of other cars waited in line along the roadways for their chance to get in.
But it was all a fraud.
No, what was a fraud about it? It's no fraud. He gave the gas station $10,000, and they turned on the pumps.
But it's only one pump.
No, it was apparently they were.
Yeah, if they have 10 pumps, you paid for all 10 pumps? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, it doesn't.
Because he says don't put it back up to reset it.
It says that the cars were at every pump. So I think it was multiple pumps. I think that he gave him $10,000, and they opened up all the pumps.
Next $10,000's on me.
And put a certain amount of credit on each pump. And then the cops ended up having to shut this thing down. Yeah, Gonzalez was then forced to shut it down, telling his followers it got too dangerous. Well, what the hell do you expect? We caused a traffic jam. So, listen, we did this crap years ago. I mean, come on. Like this is something new.
Nothing's new anymore.
Listen, radio stations have done free gas giveaways or reduced gas giveaways for years with the various oil shortages, gas shortages that occurred back in the 70s and 80s, and then the jacking up of prices. Were you with us when we did the Shell station on Hillsborough, not far from the Veterans?
I was, but I wasn't there.
Okay, so the MJ and BJ show, something was going on with gas prices back in, what was that, 1995, 1996? Something was going on. And we did free gas. I think we did free gas. Yeah, free gas. And we did it at the Shell, and it's still there. The Shell station, it's on Hillsborough, just to the west of the Veterans. So if you head west toward Pinellas on Hillsborough, there's a Shell station on the north side of Hillsborough, and we did a free gas giveaway. We had hundreds and hundreds of cars that were lined up. And we did that on the MJ and BJ show almost 30 years ago. So this is not a new concept. And people did it before us. We weren't the first ones to do that. But I'll tell you what. Somebody will wait in line for 3 hours to get a $20 tank of gas.
No, I mean, I'm all for getting cheap gas, but there's a limit on my time.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. What's your time worth? Is it worth you sitting in line that long? I bring up the Costco situation. I shot a video, and listen, I like Costco. I'm a Costco member. And, sometimes I'll go to Costco, and I'm like, I could use some gas. And is Costco like another 10 cents a gallon cheaper than like the Walmart gas? Yeah, a lot of times it is. But you have to weigh, what's your time worth? You go to Costco on a Saturday morning or a Saturday afternoon, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe it's 8 lanes, 9, whatever it is. And you'll have, 50, 70 cars in line. You'll have like 6 or 7 cars deep. Is it worth waiting in line that long at Costco to save, I don't know, $2? $3 on a fill up or $2.50? Is it worth it?
That's the thing. Yesterday I drove by the Wawa in Del Mabry in South Tampa. It was $3.19 a gallon.
Yeah.
I kept driving to the Walmart, which is like a half a mile north of that Wawa, just north of the interstate.
Yeah.
It was
so
$2.99.
the Wawa is just south of 275,
right,
and the Walmart is at 275, and Del Mabry just north of 275.
So I fill up my Cadillac.
Yep.
At the Walmart yesterday after the show, north of 275.
Right, so hold on, you're saying the Wawa was how much?
$3.19.
$3.19 for regular.
Right.
And then how much was the Walmart?
$2.99.
Oh, that's 20 cents a gallon.
20 cents. But at the end of the day, I put 15 gallons in. It's $3.
Yeah.
It's $3.
But there's no wait. When you get to the Walmart, there's no wait.
Yeah, there's no wait.
It's not like it's not like it's not like waiting in a Costco line for 27 minutes.
Right. I mean, if you're gonna spend 30 minutes waiting in line for $3, okay, buddy, good on you.
Anyway, so Mr. Influencer Gonzalez. It doesn't say how much gas they gave out before the cops shut her down.
Did they give him a refund, or was it a store credit? They give him a gift card for like the remaining $6,000.
I'm sure he got the money back for the unpumped gas. Interesting. So what do you make out of the Rays like doing a little about face? The Rays are now saying, hey, St. Pete, we expect you to get the Trop ready for 2026.
Well, they've been expecting that all along, right? Because this is 1 year is the plan for Steinbrenner Field, but repairing the Trop is on the city.
Yeah, a letter was sent to the St. Pete City Administrator, Rob Gertis. Am I saying that properly?
Let's go with it.
I don't know who Rob is. Rob, if you're listening to the show, I apologize.
And thanks for listening, Rob.
So Rob Gertis, the St. Pete City Administrator, got a letter from the Rays on December 30th saying they expect the city of St. Pete to rebuild Tropicana Field to be ready for not this season, 2025, but ready for the season next year, 2026. I'm still...
Just to play 2 more years?
It blows my mind that you're going to put potentially, $55 million into the facility. Listen, I understand that other things happen there as well. You got to see it. You got to go. Florida's biggest home show, or whatever.
Whatever it is. But yeah, the home show.
What did you say?
I was saying home show, and I got ahead of myself, and I said homo show. The home show.
The home show
is often held at Tropicana Field. I think there's a boat show.
It's the homogenized milk show.
Yes,
that's what it is.
Get your vitamin D at the homo show.
Yeah,
well, that didn't sound right either.
But the amount of money to go into the Trop for it just to be knocked down a couple of years later. So it also remains to be seen. Are the Rays going to stay in St. Pete? Is that deal going to happen? I mean, that's still all on the fence. Are the Rays going to end up moving to Tampa or some other facility in the Tampa Bay area to be built? Or will they end up with the St. Petersburg redevelopment down in the, what do they call it? The gas?
Gaslight district?
Gaslight? Is that it? I always forget.
So would it be cheaper just to leave the roof off and hire like zero res to just like wash the turf every couple of days or suck up any water that rains in there?
The problem is that the whole field, nothing's built for drainage in there.
Wouldn't it be cheaper just to put a couple of pipes in there and just make the drainage?
What, call Joe Gonzalez Plumbing?
Yeah,
hey, put a couple of shower drains in the outfield.
A couple. 5. And just let the water. Wouldn't it be just cheaper to do that than put this whole new roof on?
Listen, all I'm saying is I'm kind of flabbergasted. You're going to put, what, $55 million, whatever it is going to cost to revitalize the Trop, to knock the damn thing down? And then do we even know if the stadium project and the redevelopment is going to even happen in the first place? That's still on the fence.
When do they break ground on that? I mean, it seems like you need a couple of years to build that stadium.
Well, remember, originally that stadium was supposed to be ready for the 28 season. The whole new stadium, the whole, the begin. But remember, that whole redevelopment project, that thing was going to take until like 2052 or something to get done. Some ridiculous amount of time. I don't even think I'm going to be alive, then. 30 years from now,
Yeah, you'd definitely be dead. Yeah, you're right.
Well, no, listen, I could be what?
86?
88?
88?
88 or so in 30 years.
We're doing early morons in the news now on the MJ Morning Show. I'm 88 today. Hello.
Oh, I got to alert Michelle to something. Michelle was ticked off, my lovely wife, because I didn't do some big recognition of an anniversary. So Michelle and Chloe, this was starting back in, I think, like June or July. And they kept saying, I don't know what prompted this, but Chloe and Michelle were like, it's coming November 1st. It's November. Are you ready? Big surprise. November 1st. Are you ready? November 1st. And I wasn't really biting. I was like, I don't know what it is. Stop. Leave me alone.
November 1st. Big deal. What about it?
So there was a big deal November 1st, at least in the lives of my wife, Michelle, and my daughter, Chloe. And it came and went. And Michelle was upset that I didn't do a big segment on. Hold on. Let me see if she's. Let me call Michelle. Oh, this is late. I usually don't call Michelle this late in the program. It's
good. You should be awake.
Yeah, 8:48. Yeah, I might get like a lucid hello, or maybe not. Nah, apparently not.
Yeah, what the heck?
I don't know.
So what's the anniversary? What's the occasion?
Hang on, let me see if she. Hang on. Hold on.
Blah, blah.
All right, let me try the cell phone. Hey, I have no idea what you're saying. What she hasn't left? What? What are you saying?
Andrew, say it out loud.
Oh, stop it. Was that on the air?
No.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Good.
All right. Let me try her cell number. No, Michelle was upset that I didn't bring this up on November 1st and didn't make a big deal out of this. But,
hello.
Hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm doing a radio show. I'm trying to call the home phone upstairs. Where are you?
I'm downstairs.
Obviously.
Well, that's why I called your cell phone, because you didn't pick up the landline.
There you go. All right. What do you need?
November 1st.
What about it?
Well, like what? Starting last June or July, you and Chloe were taunting me about November 1st. Are you ready? It's coming up, November 1st. And you wouldn't tell me what the hell it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were upset.
Did you ever figure it out?
Yes, you told me what it was.
I mean, it's been 2 months ago now, Michelle.
So November, but you were also upset that I didn't make a big deal on the air about this big November 1st date.
I wouldn't say I was upset. I was just disappointed that you didn't acknowledge.
Well, I'm bringing this up because this blank truck comes to Brandon and Tampa this month.
Oh, yeah?
Did you know that there's like a cafe truck associated with? All right, go ahead and
I did not.
Yeah, well,
but we're going.
There is. I guess we're going. I should have said nothing about this. All right. So November 1st.
There's also an airplane, by the way. I've seen that on like Instagram or something.
Yeah.
All the seats have the pillows in the shape of this character.
The airplane is on an airline that I've flown, and I'm going to fly again to the Philippines. Actually,
maybe you'll be lucky and be on that plane.
Yeah, EVA Air, it's a Taiwanese airline.
What the hell are you guys talking about? Something from Taiwan's coming to Tampa?
Hold on, Michelle. Go ahead and what was November 1st?
Hello Kitty's birthday or anniversary.
It was the 50th anniversary of Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
And Michelle is a Hello Kitty nut. If Michelle sees like a Hello Kitty T-shirt or she sees like a Hello Kitty, we were in Virginia Beach. Where did you buy the latest Hello Kitty sweater?
Maybe it was Aeropostale. I don't know.
Was that a Virginia Beach?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were like visiting for the weekend, and we were like in Aeropost, whatever you put.
Well, I saw it online.
Yeah.
I knew that's what that they had it.
So Michelle loves Hello Kitty, and November 1 was the 50th anniversary of Hello Kitty, and she was pissed off that I didn't do like a whole segment on it. But now I saw a story.
I wouldn't say that. You could have just given her credit and been like, "Happy birthday," acknowledged it.
I mean, why didn't
birthdays
you?
all the time. Birthdays are such a thing for your show and all.
I'm allergic to cats. Anyway, here's the deal. The Hello.
It's not a cat. It's a girl in a cat costume.
All right, whatever. All right. The Hello Kitty Cafe truck is going on a 2025 tour to celebrate the 50th anniversary. And the truck, the Hello Kitty Cafe truck, with I guess Hello Kitty cookies and all kinds of snacks. It's coming to. It's coming to So Brandon already happened. Brandon was last Saturday at the.
I don't know how I missed it.
Yep, and then this coming Saturday, the 11th.
Oh my, Michelle! It can't be any closer.
So this Saturday, it's going to be at West Shore Plaza.
Oh, I could walk.
Yeah, so West Shore Plaza.
I don't even need you to drive me.
I guess at H&M.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the Hello Kitty Cafe truck will be at the West Shore Plaza. And that might bring...
I have all kinds of Hello Kitty stuff to wear. I have a sweater, I have a shirt, I have a T-shirt.
That might bring more than 100 people to this mall, which is a rarity these days.
First time in a while. I mean, outside of Maggiano's and Vestidos, I have no reason to go there.
Hey, Michelle, I got to run because I got to take a break, all right?
All right.
All right, so the Hello Kitty Cafe truck's coming this Saturday, West Shore Plaza.
That's cool.
All right.
That's our plan.
You going?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, let me see what time it is. It's going to be...
it's 10 to 7. It's there all day.
Yeah, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. this Saturday, West Shore Plaza.
It's going to be inside the mall.
Near H&M. Oh, they're going to they're going to drive the truck through the mall?
They're going to smash right through the doors.
Like a Blues Brothers scene. Oh, I love it. It's going to be like...
There you go.
It's going to be like the Blues Brothers.
Fun for both of us.
Oh, I love it. It's going to be fantastic.
I mean, I don't know that they're going to bust through the old Dick's.
Drive through Dick's. All right, Michelle, I got to run. I'll talk to you in a bit.
Okay, bye.
All right, 8:54 at the MJ Morning Show. 9 o'clock hour starts next. And let me tell you about my friends at Veterans Ford. I think Fester's favorite story is the monkey in a pink tutu that escaped from a home and was found by law enforcement wearing the pink tutu still.
Absolutely. That's a good monkey keeping the tutu on.
You would think that you've seen like dog moms that dress their pets up and the pets can't wait. They're scratching and pawing trying to get the stupid hat off their head. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've seen it before.
Yeah, and the monkey escapes wearing a pink tutu, and the monkey still has the pink tutu on, so the monkey didn't take the tutu off.
That's a cute monkey.
It's funny.
So Missouri.
Out of Otto, Missouri.
So Missouri's one of those states, MJ,
Yeah.
that have like the loosest exotic animal laws.
How do you know that?
Because we were talking, I think last year, something about Tiger King and all these exotic animals, or a snake farm or something, and I looked online.
Oh, you did exotic animal state by state research?
Something like that. Or what states have the strictest animal? Because, you need, licenses to have some of these animals in your home.
Right.
Maybe something escaped him, but Missouri is one of the states where you can have almost anything in your house and they don't care.
Porcupines?
So, sure. They got a house for you in Jefferson City.
Gila monsters?
Come on down. Move outside.
Komodo dragons?
You got it.
Velociraptors?
That was going to be the original name of the University of Missouri team, the Velociraptors.
The Velociraptors.
They went with tigers.
A monkey in a pink tutu that slipped out of a Missouri home was captured just before the winter storm slammed the state. The monkey's name is Bananas.
Of course.
Oh, how original. Yeah, Jefferson County Sheriff's Office described the apprehension of the primate. Yeah, the spider monkey was spotted Friday afternoon at the intersection, blah, blah, blah. The monkey was reported escaped from the home wearing a pink tutu. Monkey still had the pink tutu on.
Look at this. I just typed into Google the easiest states to own a monkey in.
Right.
And a whole list of states with no restrictions to own a monkey in the U.S. There's a bunch of them, but there's Missouri.
Who else is on there?
A bunch.
States with the no restrictions to own a monkey. Montana, Nevada, North Dakota, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio, Alabama, West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Wow. That's
easiest states to own a monkey.
That's a lot of monkey ownership. I had no idea it was that many states.
Would you like to touch my monkey?
What kind of monkey is it?
Oh, man. Anyway. Oh, this just broke. This just broke a short time ago. Yeah, JetBlue, as the bodies are all blue because they're frozen in the wheel well.
What happened?
2 bodies just found in a JetBlue flight.
Were they like sleeping workers, or were they like a...
No, from JFK to Fort Lauderdale. Just breaking this morning, 2 people were found dead inside the landing gear of a JetBlue plane that flew from New York to Florida. The bodies were discovered inside the landing gear compartment during a routine post-flight maintenance inspection at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. You know, that's going to delay the outbound.
Probably. At least for 15 or 20 minutes.
We got a flight delay here. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, this was at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. That's FLL or KFLL, according to a JetBlue spokesperson. Yeah, the aircraft had most recently operated Flight 1801 from JFK, landed in Fort Lauderdale just after 11 o'clock last night. So you have these stowaways that somehow, how the hell did they get onto the ramp undiscovered and then climb up into the landing gear of a JetBlue Airbus 320?
They have a lot of security at those places.
My God. How the hell did they get in?
Did you see there was another body over the Christmas break? From Chicago to...
1 body, 2 bodies, 3 bodies. Nobody knows how many bodies are crammed into the landing gear of a JetBlue flight from JFK. The biggest body cramming ever.
I mean, 2 bodies. Is that not the record? I don't know.
Jimmy! Yeah, Flight 1801. God, who does this?
Somebody, do they not know that there's no oxygen up there, right?
I tell you what, well, no.
And it's really cold.
And how about it's minus 50?
It's 2 things working against
you. Got at least bring some hot hands.
Something.
You know,
those little Hunter pocket warmer-uppers?
Exactly, what we use them for skiing. You know, the hot hands. Bring some hot hands. I mean, so 2 people dead. You know what happens is sometimes when the landing gear is deployed, the bodies will fall out. There have been cases where bodies like fly through somebody's roof of the house on final approach. You know, they drop the landing gear, I don't know, 5 miles out or whatever, you know, drop the gear and a body, whoever's climbed up into the wheel well hoping for a free flight. Man, that's crazy. I wonder, you know, I'm sure we're going to find out more information here. Officials said the identities of the deceased are being withheld by the airline as they investigate how they gained access to the aircraft. Wait a minute. Why would the airline withhold it? Law enforcement's in charge of this at this point. Yeah, obviously the FAA. Yeah. You have the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport. That's under the jurisdiction of the Broward County Sheriff's Office. They do the policing there.
All right.
You know, here at Tampa International, Tampa International has their own police department, but in Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, Broward County Sheriff's Office, they do the policing there. So why is the airline withholding? I would think this is a law enforcement matter at this point.
Captain, this is an active crime scene.
Yeah, so they're trying to investigate how the individuals gained access to the JetBlue flight. That's not good. You know, parked at the gate. I mean, at JFK to climb up into the wheel well. Spokesperson for JetBlue says this is a heartbreaking situation. We're committed to working closely with authorities to support their efforts to understand how this occurred. Oh, my God. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, you buy a JetBlue Basic and you buy it early, you could probably get the JFK to Fort Lauderdale for $109 or something, depending on, you know, you buy it early.
I mean, and plus,
instead of dying frozen and suffering from hypoxia in a wheel well.
When you fly in the wheel well, MJ, you don't get the miles.
Plus, what about drink service?
Yeah, no drink service, no beverage service, nothing like that.
It would freeze immediately. I'll take a Sprite. Boop, it's frozen.
Do they serve those delicious little cookies on JetBlue?
JetBlue has like chips or something.
No chips.
Yeah, no chips. Yeah.
You're down there. Hey, you know what? I sure could use some chips down here. Nothing. There's nobody.
God, so no air, as well as frozen like an ice cube. But you know what? What's bizarre, there are people that do survive some of these stowaway in the wheel well situations.
Yeah, probably not 3-hour flights, though.
No,
right?
There have been some people that, like from South America. I mean, I know that I've read stories that some people have survived ridiculous amounts of time up in the wheel well. Bring a ski parka.
I mean, if you do survive, they should give you the points. Just, hey, I know you don't have a card with us, but we're going to give you 10,000
You become an automatic JetBlue Mosaic member.
That's
their frequent flyer, the Mosaic.
Okay, the Mosaic?
Yeah, hang on. Let me see how many miles I have.
Okay, you know what?
Let me go to my JetBlue app.
You can take a couple of miles away from you and give it to the Stowaway.
I think I've got I've got $104.40 in my travel bank.
All right.
Hey, Michelle, I've got $104.40 in my JetBlue travel bank. We got to use that.
Yeah, she wants you to fly somewhere one way.
I've got 54,298 points on JetBlue. Yeah, if you stow away in the wheel well, I don't think you get credit for that.
No.
Yeah, let me see how many tiles I am away from my next Mosaic credit. That's terrible. And listen, it could have been to Tampa as well. JetBlue comes to Tampa, JetBlue to Fort Lauderdale, et cetera. Wow. Have you ever heard of Costco jail?
No.
This is an interesting story. This shopper claims that they were held in Costco jail for 20 minutes because of a self-checkout snafu in which they claimed that they didn't even do the checking out, that it was a Costco employee that actually scanned the item
and missed something.
I guess a Costco employee was helping the customer out at the self-checkout. And then upon exiting the store, the Gestapo receipt checker found that there was a problem, and they detained the person. It's like, you're not detaining me. What are you talking about? If you didn't willfully steal, Costco doesn't have the right to hold you in Costco prison.
Do they have the right to hold you if you did willfully steal? I mean, they're not the cops.
Well, listen, that's another, question, because you've heard about when people are trying to steal or shoplift from a store, that they'll bring them back to the loss prevention office. I mean, at that point, they're not law enforcement. Now, do I abhor shoplifting and stealing? Absolutely. It jacks up the prices for all of us, but do they really have the right to detain you? I don't think they can. I mean, it's not like law enforcement has detained you and placed you under arrest or detained you, and if you flee from them, that would be like a fleeing law enforcement. What? You're charged with fleeing the $12 an hour security guard at Walmart. I mean,
stop in the name of Costco. So one time I went to Sam's Club, and when my kids were smaller, I'd put them in a basket. So I would go to
puts the children in the basket.
So we would go to the bath mat aisle.
Put the freaking children in the basket.
That'd be my wife after a couple seconds of them running around. Put those little bastards in the basket. But we'd go to the bath.
Precious.
We'd go to the bath mat aisle, and I'd get a bath mat off the shelf so that they don't have to sit on the metal basket, and it'd make it a little more comfortable. And they'd stop belly aching and bitching and complaining. So one time I usually take it out right at the end and put it back on a shelf and let them put it back.
Mm-hmm.
One time I forgot. And I get to the Sam's Club receipt checker, and I use the scan pay, the self pay on my app.
Yeah.
So I do my own checkout.
You have the Walmart app?
I have the Sam's Club app. You can do scan and go on the Sam's Club app.
Oh, so we have the Walmart app because I use the Walmart app when I buy gas at Walmart.
Yeah.
Because you save 10 cents a gallon.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the checker finds that I didn't pay for the bath mat. And they're like, we've got a big problem. I'm like, we do? And they're counting everything on my receipt and everything in my cart.
Yeah.
You didn't pay for that bath mat.
Ooh.
So I took it out.
Yeah.
And they're right. I didn't because I only used it for my kid to sit in. And I kind of flung it at him Frisbee style. And I left.
Oh. So here's the deal. Oh, Andrew has a loss prevention person on hold. I tell him I'll be right there. Hang on. Let me see. I haven't given the details on Costco jail. So a shopper claims that they were sent to a so-called, quote-unquote, Costco jail after a cashier's mistake led to them being accused of theft. Ethan Pearl was forced to explain himself after a Costco worker failed to scan one of the items that she had helped him with at self-checkout. It led to other staff to accuse him of stealing when they checked his receipt as he was exiting the store. Currently traumatized because Costco cashier at self-checkout scanned all my items but missed one. This guy Pearl said in a video posted on social media, I ended up in Costco jail with security for 20 minutes. He explained that security reviewed his credit cards and surveillance footage to confirm the missing items the missing item was not intentionally stolen. Pearl used self-checkout, but the scanning was done by members of the staff, as often happens at Costco.
Yeah, and that happens at Sam's Club too. You go, there's people there to help you at the self-checkouts.
Wow. But listen, if you they can't hold. All right, let me grab this lost guy. What line?
Loss prevention guy on line 12.
What's his name, Andrew?
Hold on, it might be line 11.
Randy? Randy, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hello.
Hello.
What's the story?
So, a loss prevention the officer can detain a shoplifter. They have to meet criteria before they can do that. And once all those criteria are met, and they have solid proof that someone has concealed items that does not belong to them from that store, then they can go ahead and stop them, detain them, bring them to the office, get the merchandise back, and sometimes call law enforcement to prosecute.
All right. Now, listen, as I said before, shoplifting and stealing disgusts me. I hate it. But if a shoplifter grabs something, puts it in their pants, then is caught on the way out, I mean, listen, there's no penalty if that person then, let's say, just dumps the item and runs. I mean, there's no charge. It's not like if you flee law enforcement, you can be charged with that. Fleeing, a store security person, there's no charge for that.
That's correct. There's no charge for it. I mean, if you get the merchandise back, there's no reason to do a chase or to But once that particular subject has the items and they didn't flee and they come in willingly, then all those steps are we can go forward with that and call the police.
Randy, are you still doing are you still doing loss prevention?
Yeah, I've been doing it for over 30 years.
Wow. And do you mind mentioning the store?
I prefer not to mention the store I work for, but I've worked for many, stores from like Kmart to JCPenney.
All right, so tell me this, Randy. This is fascinating to me. If somebody is caught shoplifting, you see them on surveillance, or you witness it, because you've got stores that just have people that roam around looking like regular shoppers, just watching people, and you probably have done that. But how many people voluntarily will go with you to some back office and not saying, I'm getting the hell out of here, and doing Fred Flintstone feet and getting the hell out of there?
Right. So, a lot. It depends on how you approach them, how you talk to them. You do a little Jedi mind trick, I call it, bring them inside. And they definitely will, give you everything that you need. There are a few people that will just run. Those are the career criminals. Those are the people that knows what we can and cannot do. The amateurs are the ones that will probably you can get into the store a little quicker.
Something like some teenage 17-year-old girl punk that stole a pair of earrings or something.
Right, exactly. There are three types of shoplifters. They're the professionals, they're the amateurs, and they're the opportunists. So the opportunists and the amateurs are the ones that you probably will get in a little quicker, that will comply, and the professionals are the ones that you're going to have problems with.
But if somebody stops you on your way out of a store, if I just said no and I keep walking to my car, there's really nothing you can do.
That is true. There are boundaries that the loss prevention officers have. They can't go across. We can't go into the parking lots. We can get you at the door, maybe a few feet outside the door. But
why can't you go into the parking lot if that's still store property?
So there are cases where, so back in the day when I worked, you could go into the parking lot, but then eventually what happens is that once you're out in the parking lot, that's just free reign for people to run you over or pull out a gun or something.
Yeah.
So
well, hold on, they can still pull out a gun inside the store.
True.
Now listen, Randy, are you currently doing loss prevention still?
Yeah, so now I'm I've been doing this for a long time. Now I'm into upper management, so I don't have to go out there. I actually.
Do you work for a large national chain?
I do.
Okay. Have you ever been maced? Has anyone ever attacked you, punched you in the face, pulled a knife on you?
Yes, countless. I've been maced at least 3 or 4 times. Knives. I've gotten countless of fights when I was younger. And again, rules have changed. The companies set different types of criteria of what we can and cannot do to keep everyone safe.
Have you ever flattened out a shoplifter, someone that threatened you with a knife, or have you ever just hauled off and just punched their lights out?
Allegedly, yes.
Allegedly. No, I mean, listen, Randy, back in the day, I worked at Montgomery Ward, and I remember the loss prevention clerk. I mean, she would leave the store and sprint after people in the parking lot.
Yes. Yeah. Like I said, back in the day, we were able to do a little bit more than we can do now.
There's nothing like a running asphalt tackle.
I mean, this person, MJ, had a whole handful of leather coats from Montgomery Ward, and they're running with these leather coats, and she tackled them like a lion chasing a deer.
I would chase after them, and I would tackle them and shove them into the metal shopping cart corral.
It was
those
crazy.
were the good old days.
Yeah, that was the time.
Oh, man. Randy,
Yes,
best call of the day. Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling in.
Thanks. That's great. All right, 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, you never know what's going to happen. And like I say, you can always call into the show. See, I didn't say, hey, call us up. Here's the phone number. A lot of times I'll solicit calls for something.
If you have something to add.
Yeah, whenever you have anything to add, just like Randy just now, whenever you have something to add to anything we're talking about on the show, just call in. 800-990-1047 anytime in the future. 800-990-1047 is how you get in on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. I see Andrew's still taking calls. If there's anything else, I'll grab him after the break. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show.
There might be a bunch of loss prevention officers calling in. That's fine.
Every line is ringing right now.
Oh, my God.
If there are more calls, I'll take them after the break. Hang on. We got another long chunk to go next. Don't move on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, if you haven't planned thoroughly your next big event by calling the Cake Girl, Type of relevance because I just coincidentally brought this celebrity up earlier this week, or was it late last week? Yeah, it must have been late it was late last week. And there's a celebrity birthday today, and I think I'm going to dig the funny audio clip back out. So which celebrity did we have a funny audio clip, an older piece of audio that we played last week here on the MJ Morning Show?
Nick Cage.
That is correct. So Nicolas Cage, apparently his birthday is today. All right. Yeah, we don't do a lot of celebrity birthdays here on the MJ Morning Show.
You have to be pretty damn special.
Yeah. We don't do horoscopes and celebrity birthdays here on the MJ Morning Show. But this was kind of pertinent that last week we were talking about Nicolas Cage because I was going through email. I got to dump all kinds of Gmail because, they keep threatening to charge me because I'm running out of space. So I ran across this old MP3 in my email of Nicolas Cage when we had him on the air. This is some years ago when we had the MJ Morning Show over on the other radio station. And we did an interview. He was plugging some movie. And I guess we were not supposed to ask him to do an ID, like, hey, it's Nicolas Cage, you're listening to the MJ Morning Show. So listen, I got him on the phone. I'm going to try to get him to do an ID. And you know what happens is when they do these celebrity interviews, there's a publicist that patches them through. So the publicist is on the line listening. What's going on? So we finished the interview with Nicolas Cage, and I say to him, hey, can I get an ID? And this was back when National Treasure was big. I'm like, hey, say this is Nicolas Cage. You're listening to the MJ Morning Show, National Treasure, blah, blah, blah. And then they thought we had hung up after the interview, and we stayed on the line and listened in, and this is what it sounded like.
Nick, I know we got to let you go. You got a whole lineup of interviews. Before you go, can you just say, hey, it's Nicolas Cage, and you're listening to a National Treasure, the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, it's Nicolas Cage, and you're listening to a National Treasure, the morning. What was the first part?
Hi, it's Nicolas Cage. You're listening to. It's Nicolas Cage, and you're listening to a National Treasure, the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, it's Nicolas Cage, and you're listening to a National Treasure, the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, it's great to have you on again. You're an amazing talent. We like you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Nicholas.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, listen.
Nick, I'm sorry, I should have cut in there since they're not supposed to be doing liners.
Would you do that in the next time so I don't have to do it?
I will absolutely roll in. Sam,
Thank you.
Guys, I said no. So we're taking to Minneapolis. You've got Weasel, Nick, and Josh live.
Weasel, Nick, and Josh.
That's
okay.
their rock. So hopefully they'll behave. Hang on one moment.
Hopefully they'll behave.
Well, rock. You never know.
Oh, is it that kind of an interview?
No, it's a rock
great.
station. I just always.
All right.
You already did a rock, and they were fantastic. So
Okay.
bear with me a moment.
Oh, yeah, those rock morning guys. They all have to be bad boys.
Shock
Oh,
jocks.
yeah, shock jocks.
I'm Weasel.
Oh, yeah. Shock!
Big Weasel Morning Show in Minneapolis.
All right, so Nicolas Cage is
61.
61 years old today.
All right, happy birthday, Nick.
January 7th, 1964.
Do you know what Nicolas Cage's middle
The
name
final year of the 90% silver coinage in the U.S. Mint.
Fascinating.
1964.
His parents celebrated by doing it.
Oh, nice.
Do you know what Nicolas Cage's middle name is?
Luther Vandross.
Close.
I don't know what.
Kim.
Really?
Nicholas Kim Copa.
Wow, look at that. I've known some Kim guys.
Yeah, they were all Korean though, right?
No. I've known white American. No, seriously. Well, Kim is a big, Kim Park. Park's a huge. I don't know how PARK became a huge Korean name, but it is. Anyway, so happy birthday, Nicolas Cage. And I just love the attitude. Oh, no. Can you please step in? I don't want it to do an ID.
Hi, it's Nicolas Cage, and you're listening to a national treasure, the MJ Morning Show.
All right, even though you're a little douchey toward the end there, Nick, I still love you. I think he's a fantastic actor. He got into financial trouble, and he ended up taking like any crappy movie. He was just, if a script was thrown before him, if he could make money, he was doing the movie. So he's done a couple of stinkers, but he's done some great. You know what I got to watch again? I've got to watch. What was the movie about the orchids? Holy crap, that was fantastic.
A Nicolas Cage movie about orchids?
Yeah, man, that was. I haven't seen that in 20-something years. I got to watch that again. Adaptation. Yeah, thanks, Andrew. Adaptation, man. That's got a scary car crash scene. Like they're pulling out of a driveway and get T-boned. Anyway, that's a good movie. Adaptation. I don't know if Michelle's ever seen that. Gotta watch that again. What time is it? 9:34 at the MJ Morning Show. And if you're watching MJTV, and I've seen a bunch of people did not hear us talking about this earlier, I was checking email. You can always email me. My private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. And, of course, my instant messages, or my direct messages, I should say, are wide open on Instagram. Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. So you can always communicate with me. My email, mj@mjmorningshow.com. And my DMs are open on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. And numerous people are like, hey, I'm watching MJTV. Why are you all dressed up? Why are you wearing a dress shirt? And I am. And what I'm not wearing is the tweed blazer, which is in the back seat of the SUV out in the parking lot.
What a tool.
I am wearing long pants today, and I'm wearing some nice dress shoes today, which is very out of the ordinary. And that's because the minute we close the show down in a few minutes, I got to head to downtown Tampa because I was invited with Michelle to the swearing-in ceremony for Susie Lopez, the Hillsborough County State Attorney. So that's why I'm all dressed up, and it's not because it was chilly out, but no, people are shocked. People are like, what are you going to a funeral or something? What are you're dressed all nice and everything. Never seen this.
It is
because I'm a slob.
You are a slob, yes.
I'm a certified slob. So I am going to be dressed up. Michelle hates it because Michelle's such a good dresser.
Yes.
And I'm just a Florida slob.
So you're just a bum.
That's it. So that's why I'm all dressed up. 9:36 here at the MJ Morning Show. Let me lightning round a bunch of things. I'm going to do I got 2-3 things here. I'm going to save that for tomorrow because I'm not going to go too late today because I do need to get downtown. I got to find a parking spot. Got to get a 717 card or something that says friend of the twins. Got to. I don't have one of those. God, what if they have one of those cards? Why
don't you take an Uber down there?
Because I'm driving my car.
Why don't you save parking?
I'm fine. I'll find a spot. I'll find a spot and put my damn credit card in the machine. Speaking of cars, though, this is pretty funny. This guy, you've heard of Waymo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have them here, but some major cities have those Waymo, like self-driving, like taxis.
Yes.
Or cars.
Self-driving autonomous vehicles.
There you go. Thank you. So this dude who happens to be like a tech exec, this guy gets into a driverless car to get to the airport, a Waymo, W-A-Y-M-O, and the thing just starts driving in circles in a parking lot, and it won't stop. It's like, Jade, get me off this crazy thing. This is hysterical. I saw this. I'm like, this is hysterical. Hey, you want to know how to miss your flight? Get in a Waymo that gets into some kind of clunked out mode and just starts driving in freaking circles.
So currently it's in Phoenix, San Francisco, and Los Angeles.
All right. Oh, coming soon. Scroll down. Coming soon, Austin, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, and Miami. So, yeah, you too can drive in circles in a parking lot in these cities coming soon. All right, here's the deal. New way to miss a flight. A Waymo passenger says his driverless ride to the airport wouldn't stop taking him around in circles.
Yeah.
And he documented his travel, this nightmare on video. Footage shows a man named Mike Johns sitting in the back of his Waymo ride, which won't stop circling in a parking lot. Mike calls Waymo customer service to report the issue, telling that he's in danger of missing his flight. But the rep is unable to stop the car in its tracks. What does he have to, like,
what'd they do?
Open the door and jump out?
Did they blow out the tires?
It's funny. Mike wonders if he's being pranked, looking for hidden cameras. Feels like he's in a science fiction thriller. Ultimately, Mike says the Waymo drove him around in 8 circles. He ended up missing his flight.
Oh, no.
Man, do you hold Waymo responsible for that?
How long did it
Guess
take?
what? It's going to cost me way more money because I just missed my flight. That's what. Hey, use Waymo in a sentence.
Waymo.
I'm way more late for my flight. It's going to cost me way more money because I got to book a new flight right now.
I'm way more pissed off at you guys than I was before.
Yeah. So he claims that he's yet to be reimbursed for missing his flight. And he ripped Waymo for having no empathy and ignoring him with a customer service division that's fully automated and run by artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I mean, if you
no thanks.
If you think there's no people driving the car, they certainly don't have people to answer the phone when you call.
No freaking thanks. I'm not getting into a driverless autonomous car.
I gotta tell you, MJ, listen, unless there's...
I'd rather have a cracked out Uber driver.
Is there video? Have you seen
with,
video?
With BO.
They're around.
And a gas problem.
Have you seen video of this guy going around in circles? On
I've got audio.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got audio. Here, listen to this. This is the guy. It's like 1:43. This is the audio from the video of him being run in circles in a parking lot. He's just trying to get to the freaking airport to catch a flight.
Okay, why is this happening to me on a Monday? I'm in a Waymo
Connected
car.
to rider support. This call may be recorded for quality assurance.
This car is just going in circles.
Hi there, Mike. This is Gab. I'm calling from Waymo Support. I'm just calling because I received a notification that your car might be experiencing some routing issue. Please bear with me while I am...
Yeah, I got a flight to catch. Why is this thing going in a circle? I'm getting dizzy. Look at what it's doing.
I understand. I'm really, really sorry, Mike. We're currently working with the situation of the vehicle. Is it circling around a parking lot, right?
It's circling around a parking lot. I got my seatbelt on. I can't get out the car. Has this been hacked? What's going on? I feel like I'm in the movies. Is somebody playing a joke on me? And I got a flight to catch.
I understand, Mike. I'm really sorry for this. We're working with this, but by any chance, do you have an access to your Waymo app right now? Do you have an
yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna be pulling the car over while we are trying to assist the car. Oh, hold on, just a second.
Oh my goodness! I just better not be late for the flight. You guys are gonna.
I want the
This
guy.
is taking a long time.
I want him to get dizzy and just vomit all over the car.
That sounds like a live person. It doesn't sound like AI.
No, that's a live person. But I think he got caught initially in like a
the hell of
in an AI voicemail hell. Meanwhile, he's getting driven in circles in a parking lot.
Take care of the flight. That part.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, because this is crazy. This is crazier.
I apologize. If you have your app pulled up, I need you to tap My Trip in the lower left corner of your app.
Can't you just do it? You should be able to handle it. Take over the car. You don't need my phone.
I don't have an option to control the car.
Who the F is getting into these cars? Who wants to get into this thing?
This guy, apparently.
Oh, my God. Tell you what, this is the last time he's getting into a Waymo.
Right, I'm watching the video. This car is not going too fast. He could have rolled out.
Opened the window and jumped out?
Right?
My God.
Unlock the back door and just make a jump for it.
Well, can you stop this car?
Over. I am trying to pull it over right now. Apologies.
Oh, my God. What a freaking nightmare. Yeah, so Mike Johns missed his flight. Apparently, Waymo hasn't made good yet. What a pain in the neck. My God.
So let's just say you're not a fan of these autonomous cars.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, here's another one. You ready for another one? Another guy in the tech business. The CEO of a tech startup was shaking when his self-driving Tesla veered onto the light rail tracks in Santa Monica just as a train began barreling down, according to the footage from the vehicle. Jesse Liu, who founded an AI-powered hardware company, Rabbit, posted the video to X, claimed that he had to blow through a red light to save his life because the car started driving down the railroad tracks.
That doesn't seem too safe.
God. Waymo, Tesla, self-driving car. No thanks.
Listen, it's early in the technology. It'll get better.
Holy crap. Unbelievable. All right, with that, I got to go. I gotta head downtown, find a parking spot. I think we got the most things today. I got a few things we'll stick on the table for tomorrow. But as usual, it's always a pleasure to have you join us here on the MJ Morning Show. Spread the word. Tell everyone we're back. Tampa Bay's most fulfilling, solid, back-to-back, pound-for-pound, consistent morning show entertainment is right here. The MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Why are you giving me looks when I said that?
When you say the most fulfilling show, it's...
This is fulfilling.
Okay.
It is.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Well, yeah. Dude, you're living it.
Fulfilling?
You're living it.
I don't know. Fulfilling seems like an awkward word to describe a morning.
Yeah, this is, find MJoy, okay? Right here. Find MJoy. MJoy right here.
Have fun at your thing today.
All right. Well, folks, we'll see you back here tomorrow. You want to get a hold of me, MJ at MJMorningShow.com, my private email. And then, of course, my DMs are wide open. Give me a follow on Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. We'll see you tomorrow morning, and let's be careful out there.
The Q105 app is your connection to all the big contests, powered by Anajar and Levine.